Hello, everyone. This is the Easy Allies podcast. I'm your moderator, Kyle Bossman, and joining us this week, Michael Huber.
Hello.
Daniel Bloodworth.
Hello.
Brandon Jones.
Hello.
And Ian Hink.
Hi.
Hello. Happy New Year officially. It's happening, and this is our first podcast officially of the new year. We're going to talk about news. We're going to talk about games. I'm really excited for all of that. But we must start the podcast with a new opening segment. Recruit Me is on hiatus.
Oh.
We're throwing it into the cave. It's hibernating. It will come back someday. I got a lot of feedback. I appreciate all feedback. And so, yeah, we'll bring it back another day. But for now, we have a brand new opening segment called Pro Strats Only, Please. Now, the way this works is we have a lot of patrons on patreon.com/easyallies. A lot of them aren't very good at video games. They need help with parts. And we here at Easy Allies are experts at many or all video games. And so what they do is they write in asking for help, and then we give help.
Great.
This one comes from Jimmy. Hello, Allies. I'm stuck in Secret Agent 2019. I've killed my second target, but I can't get my companion to laugh again. Should I double jump on his belly or just buy the Cadillac for him? Pro strats only, please. Jimmy.
Double jump on the belly because you're going to need that cash for the fourth target. The fourth target.
No spoilers, but yes,
Yeah.
I agree with you there.
That's what I was going to say.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think it was actually the pink Cadillac.
Yeah.
Because it's those fuzzy dice. It's just one of those things that
Makes anybody laugh.
you just can't not laugh at that.
I didn't get the fuzzy dice on my playthrough.
Oh, okay.
It's
So,
RNG. It's
yeah.
RNG.
Oh, that explains it.
Yeah. But no, Huber's right. You need that cash for 4.
Yeah, Jones,
So-
are you?
No, I would say double jump, but have you unlocked it by then?
Yeah.
You can. If you did the B path.
Okay.
I feel like you're
But it doesn't-
You're spending your points the wrong way if you have the double jump on the B path.
Because
Well,
I'm
it's
just saying,
easier
like,
to
that
get
takes
if you do the B path.
that takes up a lot of space in the loadout.
Yeah.
I just didn't invest in it much in my playthrough, but it does. Yeah, if you want to conserve items and stuff.
Yep, double jump on that belly. Okay, it is now time for corrections. I forgot that Knight Seraphis survived.
Huh?
What do I do?
Oh my goodness. Did that even sound... Please, Jones, begin corrections music. I forgot that Knight Seraphis survived. The guy who, walks in an L shape? That guy lived. So, to all people who care about Recruit Me Canon, he's wandering out there somewhere. He is alive.
He's trying to make it
Walking
to the
around
rest.
in L shapes. That's why he didn't.
We didn't wait for him.
He's around there somewhere.
He got there and saw the aftermath.
Oh, man. The Spider-Man PS4 bundle was, in fact, $199. Dang. On Black Friday.
Wow.
Also, both of those things sold very, very well.
Yes.
Not pro, though, right?
Not pro.
Yeah.
That is a good
Yeah.
deal.
That was an insane deal, and I guess that
my
makes sense
gosh.
why they hit that 91 mil and 9 mil for Spider-Man himself. We said that there was no warning for Telltale closing down. The comments disagreed with that. There were a lot of red flags, apparently. A lot of firings coming up to that point, and a lot of, hearsay. And so, yeah, you know what? There were red flags. I had said that the November NPDs had no bad news. We were pretty pumped on those. But I neglected to realize that there was no Hitman 2 on there,
Oh.
and there was no Darksiders 3 on there. So it wasn't completely all good news.
Darksiders 3, I think, is probably in a deal where it won't affect them too much. I think that...
What do you mean a deal?
I think that they probably got picked up to just finish it. Just whatever it takes, whatever, scrappy, bare minimum budget. Just finish the story, and that way we can sell it in a bundle or whatever. But
I disagree. I think they put everything into that game, Blood. That was
the people that
THQ's
were left and hired to do that. But I'm just saying, in terms of the publisher expectations and such.
Sure.
I don't know that the publisher was giving them the kind of push that, low sales would be that deterred by. Because I feel like they count on those Steam sales and things like that. But the other Darksiders games,
Sure.
they just keep putting them out there, putting them in front of people. Hey, here's Darksiders again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Whereas
maybe-
Hitman 2, that's
Yeah, it's a
that's
bummer.
them. That's their independent, their deal with Warner Brothers to distribute, but that's their baby, and that's a lot if it's not going to do well.
Yeah, it hurts. I love a counter correction. The Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled trailer did not show any new tracks, so there, However, on the Amazon listing for the game, it does mention tracks beyond the original game. So there probably will be new tracks, but we didn't see any of those in that trailer. End corrections. Music, please.
Support Hitman 2. Support it.
Listeners, you do not know how dejected Huber became
Yeah, I'm like
once we hit that
so
note.
sad.
Yeah,
right
I
now.
forgot, dude. I forgot that was a November game. That's such a bummer.
Yeah.
How do you make a good game like that and not hit top 20? Come on.
Yeah.
Oh. I want to do an update. We got to do like a little betting update. We make bets on this podcast a lot. Someone in the comments brought up that Huber and I had a bet about the sales of Crash Bandicoot or Spyro. I don't remember the particular bet about sales. I'm assuming I thought Spyro would sell better than Crash in some capacity. We don't have numbers. I think you totally won that, regardless, right?
Yes, I gotta win.
I feel like Crash beats Spyro all over the place. I don't have any evidence
Okay.
otherwise. So what I have to do is I have to draw a picture of myself on a date with Crash Bandicoot's girlfriend and tweet that at Sony.
That is amazing.
Yep.
That's great.
So always keep us honest about the bets. If
That
you
is
missed one, put it in the
depraved.
comments.
Will
Yep.
Ferrell, I finished. That was torturous.
8 Will Ferrell movies.
And then we were checking the old bet tracker. I have a couple more unaccounted for.
Yes,
I got to be hunted,
I will hunt you. Yep.
and I need to make some design documents for an indie game. And I need to dress up as the protagonist from Life is Strange 2 and post some selfies. I honestly forgot about these. This was not intentional.
Right. I do think it helps a lot to have a deadline. Like even if
Yeah.
it's something that we don't know what's gonna happen, it's like okay, 3 months after that.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't have to be like right away. So, but
Put it in the calendar.
Totally.
I know for me, like the ones that I've had to do, that's helped a lot to like light that fire. Like I got a month
Yeah.
left.
Okay, so let's an unofficial rule. All future bets, you have 3 months. 3 months
Yes.
to accomplish that bet.
Unless
the,
specified.
Yes.
Yeah.
the design documents I will bring to the next week's group
stream?
Yeah.
You're committed to that, huh?
I'm into that.
Okay.
I'll have the design docs ready to go.
I'm excited to talk about this week's episode because it's one of my favorite episodes. It's where we go through the upcoming 3 months, all of the games that are coming in through those, because you just lose track a lot. New games are announced all the time. Games get bumped and delayed and pushed up and whatever. And so it's really fun to just stop and look at each month, each day, and see all the new games that are coming out. But before that, got a bunch of like little news headlines that I do want to talk about. Firstly, this is a weird one. Sony Interactive Entertainment today acquired a company called Audio Kinetic, and it is a studio that makes audio middleware. Wise, W-Wise. It's
Oh, they make Wise?
yeah,
Oh crap.
exactly. So,
I didn't read that far into it. Like
Yeah.
I knew Audio Kinetic in the back of my head.
right.
But I didn't realize that they were actually connected to Wise.
So you say
Which
that.
yeah, that's a big one for a lot of studios.
So out loud, you call it Wise.
Yeah.
Okay, written
Yeah,
out.
it actually
yep.
threw me off because when I first was starting Backtrack and I was interviewing composers and stuff, they talked about working with Wise, and I was trying to search for it. And I could
'Cause
never
you're
find
assuming
it
David
because
Wise,
there's two
yeah.
stupid W's in it. That's why you can't search for the thing.
So hold on.
If somebody says it out loud.
You were interviewing people who compose music for video games, and they were talking about this particular software even?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, when I was doing the Mass Effect interviews.
Yeah, so apparently it's ubiquitous. This Wise is used in like 500 games a year, they say. They won't tell you particularly which games are using it, but we know first-party Nintendo uses it, first-party Sony, first-party Microsoft, they all
Logo's
use it.
usually in the the bottom half of the credits.
Yeah, if you're paying attention to credits, you'll see Wise at the end. And yeah, it's used for a huge chunk of video games, and Sony for some reason wanted that company.
What's crazy to me is that they're doing that, but they're basically just going to operate as they've been.
Yes.
So Sony's just going to get that money. It's pretty much.
Yeah, they might just get some of that licensing money. Ars Technica, in their article, guessed that perhaps Sony is picking up this company for this push of VR audio. Apparently, that's like a big hurdle with VR, and so they think that maybe this company has the know-how and expertise to help them with their next generation VR.
Makes
just
sense.
Ars Technica, just guessing. That's not confirmed, but that might be a reason why.
Yeah, I remember when I went to the GDC, was it 2-3 years ago? It was like right before we launched Easy Allies, and I went to like some talks of like stuff when Sony was showing off some VR stuff, and they were talking about audio there and how it's just like it's a completely different pipeline.
Yeah.
Like you're sending it like a mono signal, and then the thing's processing where to put all the sounds. I'm like, I don't understand how that works, but okay.
So it is a real issue with VR, and that kind of would lead into why they would need sound specialists. That's interesting.
So so that's interesting that basically they'll have the team that's doing all the licensing and creating all that middleware for everyone else still doing whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
But hey, your engineers, come over here and work on a PS5 with us.
Yeah, help us out with this thing. And it's crazy to think that, Nintendo will be paying Sony. Sony Interactive Entertainment in particular. It wasn't Sony who bought this company. It was Sony Interactive Entertainment. So Nintendo's paying them. Microsoft's going to be paying that company to use their audio middleware. That's
that
crazy.
reminds me of the Blu-rays. Right?
I was just gonna say that it's not
Sony.
it's something Sony's done before, so
Yeah.
they just love having. It's like getting Park Place. You're like, oh, come on.
Jones, great analogy, man.
Oh man, we need it. Well, it's been a while since we've done a Monopoly stream, huh?
Yeah. Ooh.
Like where your head's at, blood.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I like that.
We have a new game announcement, but I'm not excited about it. I don't want to talk about it for too long. It's a game called Alien Blackout. And this is a mobile alien game. Not a sequel to Alien Isolation.
But it
who knows? It's
features
starring her.
Amanda
Yes.
Ripley.
Yeah.
No, they officially said they saw some backlash, and so they officially came out and said it's not a sequel. We still have Amanda Ripley as our main character. It's a retelling in the same world.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I'm even less hyped.
It's isolation for mobile. It's just
Yeah,
same
kind of.
experience trimmed down.
Yeah, the
probably.
way it's described on their site, survives 7 fear-inducing levels by remotely guiding Amanda Ripley's crew through increasingly challenging tasks using only the station's emergency systems.
Sounds like a puzzle game.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah,
had a-
remotely guiding sounds
Yeah.
really weird.
It's
I just had a weird thought.
huh.
Is it like budget games only that always say, do X in this specific number of levels?
Yeah.
7
like that's-
fear-inducing levels.
That's always a budget game thing to tell you how many levels a game has, because it's like, we've got content or something.
The other budget thing to do is highly anticipated thing that you never
Yeah,
heard of
yeah,
before.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
coming out.
World
Yeah.
famous.
I think I do see it as a Fox's initiative to have games that support their IP. I think that's kind of what this is about, but it's weird. It's not Creative Assembly. It's weird to make it an Alien Isolation thing.
The 20th Century Fox Twitter account posted something about this, and there was a very specific hashtag about like play, read, and watch, referring to this whole thing when this game got announced.
So this is part of like an initiative?
So an
of, like-
initiative of Amanda Ripley or Isolation and Blackout.
Well, actually,
The watch. Go ahead.
well, this is something I was about to say, is that there's like a weird push with books too, Alien books.
Yeah.
Audible has like,
Okay.
there's an Alien series, and it's weird because Audible just released book 1 in the Audible like signature Alien series, whatever, but it's book 3 of this other Alien series. But it has like immersive music, and Rutger Hauer is one of the several readers on it. I downloaded it because it was free for members, but I haven't listened to it yet.
Cool. Let me know.
But yeah, so
The,
they're doing like Alien all over the place.
The watch has me excited because I would love, this is the perfect time to do a like Resident Evil style thing, a CG movie. Give me a CG Alien movie with Amanda Ripley. I would watch that. I'd be excited about
Aren't
that.
they like? Is there not another Alien movie in the pipeline right now?
Right now, no.
Oh,
Yeah.
dang.
So
Yeah.
like a cool little CG,
Sure.
you know?
Hey,
Why not?
CG movies aren't cheap, dude.
No, they're not. They're not. I know. I'm writing it off like it's some small thing. But like,
yeah.
But still, I think that would be neat. That'd be cool.
And did this get leaked? How did we know about Blackout before we found out it was a mobile game?
Oh, the title leaked. The title leaked, and that
okay.
got a lot of people excited. You know, what could that
Yeah.
be? Could that new movie? Yeah.
Yeah, I think you just get. I mean, I honestly don't think us not being excited about it in this room is going to hurt the quote unquote sales
Right.
of this game or the performance. Like, I think the audience for this, is a different group. But just for me, if that leak happened, I'd be like, announce it today. Get this out. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like, today versus whatever. If we just have an image of her, like, that's all we've seen, right?
Yeah,
Just her. It's like,
there's-
is that the same image? Is it literally just like, digging through the isolation marketing
I
material?
saw
and
one new screen. I saw like a screen. I think
That
from
actually
the
like
game,
showed the
motion
monitor that she's looking
trackers.
at.
Yeah, it was just weird.
Brutal to have a title leak for a game like this, and then it turns out to be
yeah.
a mobile game.
Yeah.
Very, very unfortunate.
I don't think anyone should let their hopes die, though. I think Fox said like there will be more Alien games, like some online thing. Like I think there will be an Alien game you're playing on your consoles, at least announced in 2019.
Cool.
That's my opinion.
I like it, Kyle.
It is now time for the Winter Games 2019 rundown. We're looking at January. We're looking at February. We're looking at March. All 3 of these months are intense. They are ridiculous months. Maybe second most ridiculous. I think it might be here, and I think it might be fall, and a bunch of nonsense in between. What?
This is more ridiculous than fall.
Do you think this is more ridiculous
Yeah.
than fall?
Whoa.
Yeah, this year's hotness is
It's pretty.
Well, fall's gonna
front-loaded.
get more ridiculous.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you.
in due time.
I'm gonna ask you again at the end if these 3 months were more ridiculous than fall of 2018. At the
Oh,
very
fall
end.
of 2018.
Yeah.
I
thought
feel
you
like
meant
Kingdom
2019.
Hearts 3 and
Oh, yeah,
Shenmue
we don't know
3
enough
kind
about
of
this
like
year.
match
Yeah.
each other in terms of hype,
Yeah.
because they both have been taking so long.
I feel like we can't talk fall 2019 yet because we have no idea what it even looks like.
okay.
Yeah. So I would compare it to 2018.
What was
But Need
fall
for Speed's coming
2018?
out this fall.
What was fall 2018?
Besides Red Dead and Smash.
Spider-Man.
Oh, right.
COD.
Odyssey.
Yeah, Odyssey. A lot of cool stuff.
Yeah.
So 2 games. Gotcha.
As always, we're playing Pop-Tarts
Dragon
and
Quest.
Toaster Strudels as we play through this. I see a lot of comments who, for some reason, don't get it. I guess some people just don't have these products in their countries. So here's how you can remember which one's good and which one's bad. If a game grabs your heart, that's a Pop-Tart. If a game is probably brutal, that's a toaster strudel. So that's a really nice, like, you gotta memorize. Everybody knows which one is which now.
You know the other thing that I think of, even though I know it goes against your perception of them, but I think it makes more sense for some people, because you know how like people have gone back and forth about, it's like, no, toaster strudel's the better one.
I don't know. I haven't heard that.
I have not seen
There's
that.
definitely been a lot of comments
okay.
about
I
that.
love toaster strudel.
Yeah, but here's the thing that I think is up, kind of fits to your point in your definitions. A toaster strudel takes more preparation, and thus you have to get it right. And I think with these games is like, if you don't get it right, then you've got a soggy frozen mess.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Pop-Tart, you can just unwrap that thing.
Oh,
eat
you
it.
know.
It's
You
safe.
know it's gonna work out.
You like almost can't.
You know what
ruin
to
a Pop-Tart.
expect.
What is
You
worse?
know you're gonna have a smile on your face.
What's worse than biting into a toaster strudel and getting that cold filling in the middle?
No
You're
way,
like,
dude. No way, dude. So yeah,
It could be burnt on the outside and frozen inside if you do it somehow.
you'll hear each panelist, including myself, say that's my Pop-Tart or that's my toaster strudel. The Pop-Tart is a game that they're really excited about, and we feel that you, the listener / viewer, should be excited about as well, more excited than you are right now. Toaster strudels, we believe you should be less excited than you are for that game. Maybe look out. Maybe that game, tread with caution. It might not be as good as you might think it will be. We want to just warn you a little bit. That's your toaster strudel. The game might be brutal. That's your toaster strudel. All right, let's look at it. Let's look at January. Oh, January starts off with some remakes, remasters, re-releases. I generally don't like talking about these, but I always get comments about them. Let's go through them real quick. Mario & Luigi Bowser's Inside Story plus Bowser Jr.'s Journey is on January 11th. Also on the 11th, New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. Also on the 11th, Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition. And on the 15th, Onimusha Warlords. All those games coming out pretty early in January. All re-releases, remasters, but like we can't guess what those are. We have a pretty good idea what each of those things is.
Yeah.
Support Onimusha.
Support. Yeah, okay.
Support it.
Does it feel like
test.
with a company as big as Capcom? Does it feel like you're supporting a thing?
Onimusha, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
this
I think
is
so.
These are clear tests, though.
Yeah,
you know? It's
this
like,
is a
are you
test.
into
Right,
this franchise?
right.
I got you.
Like we got CTR because Crash did so well. Or I don't know if that was coming anyway. But,
No, it wasn't. I think you're right. I think
And
CTR is
it's just
reaction
like
to that.
Dragon's Dogma today was, announced for Switch, and like it's a test. Them being like,
I would say with Capcom specifically, it feels like you're supporting it for that reason. Because if Dragon's Dogma does well, maybe it'll keep going with it.
Do you think Onimusha will do best on Switch?
Yeah. Or PlayStation.
I think PlayStation best.
I can see PlayStation. Yeah.
I feel like it's just one of those things because
Yeah.
it was a PlayStation.
Legacy.
That core fan base.
Yeah.
Legacy.
PS2 and Xbox.
Yeah, I wonder. I'm gonna say best
That
on
controller.
Switch.
That controller feels good.
Okay, well, new stuff. Walking Dead Final Season Episode 3 is on January 15th.
Yeah.
And obviously,
So
we
pumped.
don't always go episode by episode. I just feel like, obviously, that's a big deal.
That's
That is
a big deal.
That is the first episode. Well, they had the episode come to episode 2 kind of came quickly after they announced their closing. And then this is the first episode after complete closure. It's been a while. That team is still working on the game, whoever is left.
And there'll be 4 total. So this and just one more.
Yeah, I wanted to ask the panel, do you think it will be noticeably different from episodes 1 and 2?
No.
Do you think there will be a dip?
No, because
Okay.
they had a lot of it outlined and the story and everything ready to go. And I think, you already have episode 1 and 2, and you just kind of step in to cross the finish line. So,
I do wonder if there will be something though where like the animation isn't as robust or something. If they'll find some way for like somebody to just kind of like have a frozen head a little bit.
Yeah.
The team's not as large as it used to be. I wonder, like, even technically, if there'll be more bugs or something like that. I'm nervous about it.
Yeah.
How would
I'm
that
just-
be possible?
I'm just there for the words.
man,
Just let me see the words and finish the story out. That's it.
Cool.
Doesn't matter how buggy or choppy it is. Just let me see it through.
What if the opposite happens and it's like since the Wicked Witch is gone, they were like allowed to fix the engine?
It's like
Yeah.
looks better than The Witcher 3.
Yeah.
Man,
All
that'd be
click
fun.
their heels together.
Don't forget, panel, there. I forgot the other thing you can have besides a Pop-Tart and toaster strudel. You can say, "Shall we move on?"
Right.
And then if one other person says we shall, we move on.
Yeah.
And this next one, I don't know if it's a big deal or not. I need the panel to tell me. I just see it a lot. I feel like I've seen this game for like 4 years. On the 17th is the release of Y2K, a postmodern RPG.
That's finally coming out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Doesn't it kind of feel like that game is a big deal? I have a hard time picking which games get in the show or not.
I feel like it had some buzz at different points.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the hype meter is like right now.
Same.
I didn't realize it was actually coming out.
Yeah.
Even though I put together the lists every month.
Yeah, it's truly coming out.
I think I remember Ben or someone being really excited about it.
Yeah, I played it at PAX a couple years back.
PAX,
One of my
yeah.
one of my
loved it.
favorite things about it that I thought was really fun. Lots of weird characters, lots of crazy, in like an Earthbound kind of. I think Earthbound's like the closest thing I could compare it to, but it's like a lot drier, a lot more hipster than like Earthbound is. But what I loved is it has that kind of Final Fantasy VIII mini game thing with a lot of the abilities with
Yes.
certain characters, and some of them are like music based, and they're all different depending on the character. And I don't know if like some characters have more than that. I know every character in that game has at least one fun mini game you have to play when you do some powerful ability.
Yeah.
and they're all silly. You're like throwing records and stuff. Like
And visual style is ridiculous. Low poly style, I would call it. It's still distinct today, even though this game's been in development for so long.
And you, it's kind of South Parky and how everything's blocked out, just how the environments look. But the demo that I played was in a very specific environment, so I would like go to one area, talk to people, go back to the house, then back to that area, and it was different. Like there were new people there, or someone had moved, and so like they play a lot with how you change this one neighborhood or one suburb or forest or something, and then you move on to the next area.
Yeah.
Just a lot of character to it.
My
Very irreverent.
My apprehension was that the protagonist is a guy wearing flannel with a beard and glasses, and his weapon is vinyl records. And to me, that's just like I'm rolling my eyes. It's kind of like, come on, man.
Yeah, I do worry a little bit about it feeling like it might be dated in a way.
Yeah.
Like even now, are some of those stereotypes starting to feel like they're from a couple years ago?
or
Sure.
18 years ago.
Yeah.
Y2K.
I like it because it doesn't.
True.
I don't get the vibe it's pretending to be something it's not.
Yeah.
But and I wonder how much they're expecting it to do. I think it's a good month for it to come out.
Yeah, it is.
But I just wonder if enough people are going to know about it, and the developer's going to be happy finding their audience, because I think there are people that will be there that are really excited about it. I just hope it's enough.
Yeah. On the 18th, Ace Combat 7 Skies Unknown will be released.
Yeah.
VR.
Wow, I did
This will
not
be
expect
one of the
so much positivity.
I
on
hope this is one of the top
Love
PSVR games of the year because it's so cool.
It's just like a
Flying upside down.
a mode though, right? It's not the
Right.
whole game is VR.
I think it's the only Ace Combat 7 I've ever played at any event.
Sure.
Was in VR and in PSVR. And it was very
I
cool.
think they've had events where they didn't just focus on that, but I think that I'm optimistic on this because I think that they've taken the time to really like get it the way they want it.
Yes, this has been delayed many times.
Many times.
Yeah.
And I think it like at one point they were like hyping it up and marketing it a lot, and they're like, hold on, we're not gonna bring this any more events. We're gonna just work on the game and get the game finished. Mm-hmm. And now it's it's ready. It's time.
It's probably, I feel like it maybe has even been ready for a little longer. It seems pretty nice
Yes.
for a VR game to come out now in 2019
Right.
for them. Like
Absolutely,
that's a good move on their part.
Yeah. Bandai Namco get their anime games out in the fall, and then their Ace
Oh, they
Combat.
got
game.
some anime games. Though.
Yeah, we'll talk
Dude,
about some
Ace
more.
Combat gets pretty anime in some of those, like Ace Combat 4.
Yeah.
is like,
I'm glad you're all excited about it. Also, on the same day, Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes.
January, dude.
Yes, that's from Grasshopper Manufacturer. Yeah, we covered that game when it was announced. We have a better idea of what it looks like and plays like now. It's top down. It's like a hack and slash game, you know, but I think you get like projectile weapons the more you like unlock and things like that. That's cool. That game's coming out before Shenmue 3, Hubert.
For Shenmue 3.
That was our bet, is which one comes out first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's I have 3 bets outstanding, but like 2 of them have been because it was through the year.
Yeah,
It's not the year's
exactly.
over.
Yep. Same with the Metroid one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ben and I will be making a duet about Samus because Metroid Prime 4 did not come out last year. Will it come out this year? Who knows?
I kind of think it won't.
Travis Strikes Again it's getting a physical release. It's getting a digital release. I think the physical release was $40, and that includes the season pass. The DLC structure was confusing to me because they've announced several beyond it and things like that. But yeah, I wonder what kind of impact this game will have.
I hope it does well.
Yeah.
This is from a creator. This is from Suda51.
Yes.
I love creators, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And he's got an awesome body of work. He has a lot of really cool games, and it's cool that No More Heroes is returning at least in some capacity.
Yeah.
Like an exclusive. It feels big, like it is kind of
Yeah.
a spin-off, you know?
Feels small to me.
It
It feels very
for what
small
it
to me.
is.
Yeah.
It is an official Nindy.
Yeah.
Like Nintendo's,
All right.
putting their back behind it.
Depending on how it does, you know? Like January, dude, this is like freaking me out because it's like a test month, you know? Onimusha, test it.
Oh, they're testing the waters here.
Testing the
too. I get
waters
what you're
here.
saying.
No
Yeah.
more
Hearts
heroes.
3,
Let's test
test
it.
it.
Yeah, test the waters. So it's kind of nerve-wracking, but
I get what
exciting
you're saying,
too.
yeah. Jones, you seem apprehensive.
Yeah, John, what's up?
It just looks to me. Obviously, it doesn't look like this is the natural, logical next step for this franchise. You know, it seemed weird when I first saw it. It was like, ooh, what happened? How'd we get here? You know, like how do we arrive at this? And I hope how we arrived at it is. It's just super fun. Like it's just a really fun, quick game to run through, and it's really crazy. And like I know like the stories and specifically the characters, like those bosses. It looks like there's like 5 levels or something, or 5 or 6.
Something like
they
that.
really sold the levels. Like they're like they're like different styles, and I think there's like a giant boss or some big crazy character you fight at the end of those. So I'm glad that that's intact. I'm just hoping that if that isn't like crazy fun to play or like just a very easy pick up put down game. I think that might have issues.
Oh yeah, it's got co-op. Like I hope it's like a 4-hour playthrough, dude.
Right.
Totally.
I think that
that's
would be good for
Yeah.
that.
And it's cool. It's like No More Heroes Origins on the Wii. So this just seems it's such good vibes. You know.
Yeah. Jones, you
Suda
nailed
and
it.
Nintendo.
Six levels, 6 games. Cool. Yeah.
Nice.
On
Dude, I just reminded me
what?
like how I found out about like them announcing No More Heroes 2 when we were at TGS and like I got like a thumb drive or something or a CD from Grasshopper and we're like going through it for trailers to upload. Like No More Heroes 2. Put that thing up right now.
So funny.
The Wild West of game trailers.
Yeah.
That is crazy, dude.
Yeah.
On January 24th, we will see Life is Strange 2, Episode 2. Again, I don't want to celebrate every episode of an episodic game. This one is just weird because it's taken so long.
4 months.
Yeah.
Whew. And I've felt it. Every day I have felt this. How about you, Blood? You sweating?
I'm not sweating, but I'm ready.
Gosh.
Very ready.
This wait has been unbearable, but it'll be worth it. I think.
Don't want spoilers, but there was a heck of a cliffhanger.
Yeah, it was encouraging just hearing them address it and be like,
Yeah.
"Yo, I know this is taking a lot of time. We're working on it. They came out and they said, "Yo, it's just so much more ambitious in scale than we had even thought." Mm-hmm. So and after playing episode 1 and just thinking about the possibility of this, I expect this episode itself to be just big.
Okay.
Yeah, like episode 1 is
Yeah,
big, and it's just
longer than you initially expect.
So Episode 2 probably will be as well.
Yeah.
I think they're going all out.
Yeah,
I feel like
they
Don't
are.
Nod truly cares about this series.
Yeah.
They're going
Yep.
all in on Life is Strange 2.
Vampire, they didn't really care about. This one, I truly think. January 25th. Hubert, what comes out on January 25th?
Resident Evil 2.
Resident Evil 2. That's just the title, right? No remake in the title. It's just called Resident
Right,
Evil
yeah,
2.
RE2.
Oh, it's so exciting.
Yeah.
That's exciting. It's a time of excitement. It is. Why should we be so excited about a remake?
Because if you have missed the origins of the original Resident Evils, if they passed you by, if you came in on 4, if you came in on 7, this is a great way to go back and experience that vibe and those zombies and Raccoon City and the Umbrella Corporation. It's just a way to really soak in what this series is all about in a new and easily accessible way.
Yeah.
Because those,
Nail it. Yeah.
I can't, if you've never played the old Resident Evils, going back to it, you'd be like, whoa, what? They're pretty challenging games, and
They control weird.
sure, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I admit, it's hard to go back to PS1 games, even just how they look, how the
Yeah.
faces look, just how arms move around.
Tomb Raider, just climbing a cliff.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like,
shimmying really slowly.
I
I'm
know,
glad this
yeah.
got faster.
Yeah.
As later games came out, Tomb Raider and everything else, Prince of Persia.
That's why God of War felt like an innovation, just the way he could you could jump as you climb.
Yeah, wires
Yes.
overhand. You just go Kratos, go. Keep going. Kicking people off of it.
Yeah. It's hard. I feel like we've talked about this game emphatically since E3, but it's hard to express how exciting this individual release is for this upcoming year.
I don't mind talking about my favorite thing about it. That I feel it's a celebration of everything Resident Evil. Specifically,
Yes.
3 different styles put together. One, old school zombies, Raccoon City, where the series started. Yeah, it's a remake, so obviously all of that stuff is there. But it's just seeing Leon in his cop outfit, going back to this surprise, not zombies again, but what's happening? What's going on in this town?
Yes.
And getting to meet these people again and having them, just take that, gun shop scene again. Let's try to make it a little more dramatic this time, and really trying to sell these characters. Really excited to see little Birkin and Ada and how all that stuff plays, secrets, little fun things they're going to throw in there. And then you got the gameplay, which is kind of a mix of a lot of different things. It feels a little like RE2, feels a little bit like RE4, feels a little bit like 1 and 2 Revelations, kind of lessons learned from a lot of different approaches. And then you've got just the whole saturation lighting, atmosphere from 7. It's it looks like how good 7 looked, not like 7 because it's like Texas Chainsaw versus
Same
Night of the
engine.
Living Dead, but just the whole that was the first thing I thought when I walked in. I was looking at Flashlight. I was like, oh my goodness, it looks. I was stoked that it's gonna look better. But this is the best looking Resident Evil I've ever played. It's
Yes.
incredible. It's insane. It was just having a door knock open and these zombies come in and they're looking right at me, and
eyes.
just the jaws are slacked and.
It sounds condescending,
creepy.
but I'm so impressed with Capcom
So
to be able
dark,
to put this
so
engine
dark.
together. Yes.
Yeah.
You move the flashlight to the right side of the hallway, the left side of the hallway is gone. Just no lights are on, and that I thought it was
Scary,
a bold
dude.
choice.
Love
They're
yes.
Yeah.
that's so awesome.
Yeah, that demo will be coming out soon, where you can play it for a half hour. I don't
yeah.
want to get into that. too
Jones, I
much.
thought of the scene on the season premiere of Gotham. I thought of you.
Okay.
And it ties into this lighting situation.
It better.
Big time. And how-
Otherwise, I don't want you talking Gotham on my
how
podcast.
important lighting is.
Okay.
Because there's this scene where Bruce Wayne has night vision goggles and he's taking out Scarecrow's henchmen. But then it does POV from Scarecrow's henchmen and they're going through this warehouse and you can see everything.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
it's classic.
You can just
Yeah,
see
yeah.
it all.
Oh, it's the same thing like Lord of the Rings,
Yeah.
You get down, it's Gollum is completely illuminated. I'm
yeah.
okay.
And when a zombie is coming out
Now
of,
that's a good reference.
when a zombie's coming out of pitch black darkness,
Yeah.
you move your flashlight over and then you catch it,
Oh,
that
man.
is so magical.
Yes.
So
yeah, actually, I had that experience in real life.
With zombies?
what?
No, on Safari. When we first got there,
We're off the
we
rails.
get out in this Jeep at night, and
You've
I'm
been
on the light.
Safari?
Wow.
And I'm looking around for whatever, and I look and I pivot the light, and there's a rhino right there, almost next to
It
us.
could have killed you, dude.
No, it couldn't kill us, but
Yes, it could have.
no.
Hippos are the meaner ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
January 29th, we
on
will
Safari.
see finally Kingdom Hearts 3. Whoa, those two
Yeah.
games back to back.
This is
baby.
a test.
Not for me.
Yep.
Wait a minute. Not,
I know which-
none of
I
these
know
are
which
your
one I'm gonna be playing.
Pop-Tarts, Huber?
Oh yeah, Resident Evil 2 was my Pop-Tart. Sorry.
Oh,
There you go.
Okay,
Yeah,
there we
you
go.
go.
Yeah,
Good
I
to
was
know.
like- I was
Yeah,
like,
wait a
good to
minute.
know. I need to know what your
What's
Pop-Tart is.
happening?
Yeah.
Thanks, Ian. Sorry.
Yeah.
Resident Evil 2 is my Pop-Tart.
Doth mine eyes just see?
Kingdom Hearts 3 is a sequel to a game old people like.
Sequel to a game.
Old
Yeah.
people like.
I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's actually become that.
Yeah.
You
Right.
can you can have a legitimate conversation with someone born after Kingdom Hearts 2 came out.
Yeah.
You can talk to him about Kingdom Hearts. Him
Yeah.
or her.
Isn't that weird? Oh man.
No, it's square. It's not too weird.
Been in development for so long. And I remember like the announcement for this, and when the announcement
Right.
came, it's like, man, that game must be almost done because it's been so long since Kingdom Hearts 2. PS4 is magical, and it's been was that 2013? Here we are in 2019. That is absurd.
That was the same year that Versus turned into 15, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I feel like that was 2013. E3 2013. Yeah.
I'm really late to the party, but Fragmentary Passage really hit me hard and made me think that Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to be great and worth the wait.
Okay.
Because Fragmentary Passage
Yeah.
is so solid.
Sorry, I'm a young person. I don't know this weird old person game called Kingdom Hearts. What is Fragmentary Passage?
It's like it basically serves as a prologue to Kingdom Hearts 3.
Cool.
Kingdom Hearts 3 engine, so it's the only thing you can play now from that franchise.
The full
that
official
uses
title, right,
the
is Kingdom Hearts
0.2
Birth by Sleep Fragmentary. I don't remember
Yes.
which part comes first.
Wow.
Birth by Sleep, a Fragmentary Passage.
Nice.
Yeah.
I remember when the final chapter of StarCraft came out, and you reviewed it, and it was just one of those things where like I just missed that the game is launching, and like you turned in the review, and I'm like, wait, he reviewed it's out. Wait, what? I just like, oh, I guess that's done. And I had played both preview Wings of Liberty and the Swarm, and was like, oh man, I have no time to play that right now, but I really want to know how that ends. And it just drifted away from me. I've since gone back and played it.
Oh.
And I remember grabbing you at the time, and I was like, I mean, is it good? Like, how do they end the story? And you're like, dude, it's amazing. Like, they did it. Everything you're thinking they're going to do, they did. Anything you want to have happen, it does. Like, any kind of fan service, like, they just pour the fan service all over the StarCraft community. And I was like, oh, it sounds great. And I just forgot about it. Went back and played it later, and I was like, he was so right. Like, it was so great. I can't talk a word about it on this podcast right now because it's so spoilery. Like, it's all just the end, the end, the end, the end. It's the end of Return of the King. It just goes on and on and on and on. And I think that's going to be Kingdom Hearts. Like, I think it's going to be kind of thing where, like, it's amazing. It's going to get really good scores. I think it's going to be incredible. Like, I just, from playing it and from what I've seen them slowly trickle out and just from what was in the other games and what they're, like, teasing, it better be good just from, like, from my understanding of the story, what the stakes are.
Yeah.
Especially the new crazy stuff that they're adding with Aqua. And it's like, oh, okay. But, yeah, but no one can talk about it. You know, like there's gonna be a lot of like showing up at the office and well, let's go into the other room.
a lot of that, man. A month.
We'll
There's
talk
gonna be a
about
month
it.
of that.
Yeah. I even more. I think it's gonna stand for a long time. As that
Sure.
game's like, you know,
Usually Kingdom Hearts.
it's good, but I don't want to get into the details why.
Usually they're like 20 to 30 hours. How long do you think 3 is going to be?
40 to 50 to 60 to 70, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, I really do think that as time has gone on, everything is like bumped up, added another 20 or 30 hours compared
Yeah.
to what they used to be. So yeah,
True.
I don't think it'll be stuffed with bad stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think it will be. I think we'll
Yeah.
have some really cool just pirate missions. We're just on a boat, just doing cool
It's gonna be
pirate
crazy.
stuff.
It's
Yeah.
just gonna be insane.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a big circus.
It's just truly exciting that such a long
Sephiroth.
Sephiroth will be there.
Are you hyped?
The
for
final dude.
What's your hype level for Sephiroth?
I'm gonna chop his head off, man. There will be like nobody will wonder if he's alive or dead after like I
Are you
chop
gonna be
his
playing
head off.
Kingdom Hearts instead of RE?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'll be full playing through RE with Huber. I'm never gonna spend
Right,
money on that
right,
game.
of
I'm gonna be
course,
chilling out
right,
with
I'm
Huber,
sorry. Yeah,
and then
of
Kingdom
course,
Hearts. I'm gonna be like just popping that open, turn the phone off.
Definitely.
Right.
Nobody talk to me.
Yeah.
For the whole weekend.
What about you,
Definitely.
Blood? Either or when are you getting to either of those games?
yeah, I probably won't get to either one right away. Definitely Resident Evil 2 is the one of those two for me. Even though I've never played the original.
Yeah.
Like you were saying, I jumped in on the remake. The
Nice.
GameCube.
I'm warning you, Huber. I might take my time.
Do it.
I might soak up that game.
Soak it
might
up,
it might be
Jones.
mid-February before I'm
Take
like,
your time.
okay.
RE2?
Yeah.
Let's
I
talk,
will
yeah.
not spoil a single
Great.
word for you, Jones.
Yeah, Jones,
Take your time.
I really
You're safe.
I still admire how much time you spent on RE7.
Yeah.
You did multiple playthroughs of that game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if they have any new game plus, it's like, oh, here we go again.
What do you mean if?
Dude, the unlockables
What do you mean
are
if?
going to be out of control.
Yes.
There's gonna be like
Dude,
5 new
my
game
expectations
pluses.
have hit the ceiling for RE2. They can't go any higher. They're breaking that ceiling up, but I've plateaued. I'm like, just give it to me.
I'm putting an
I'm
expansion. There will absolutely be a new game plus.
like, great. No, yeah. I
meet
mean,
me
it
on
makes
my
sense for
rooftop
RE.
party.
Like,
Meet me up
did
here on the
Revelations
rooftop.
have new game plus?
Nari.
Was there a reason that
I don't
you
think
didn't
so.
like unlock weapons or something for second playthrough?
I think it did.
You had to have.
Yeah.
You got weapons and stuff? Did you get cool costumes?
Revelations? I think so.
Oh, okay, cool.
I forget. I've only gone through those
and
once.
Ian, RE2, right? Instead of Kingdom Hearts, right?
Oh
I'm assuming?
yeah. I'm not buying Kingdom Hearts.
Even after cutting.
you couldn't pay me to buy that.
What?
I get paid to play video games. I'm not gonna play Kingdom Hearts.
Ian, you don't like Toy Story?
I love Toy Story, man, but I haven't played any of the other ones. I cut that timeline,
Yeah.
and let me tell you this. That is my preferred method of intaking the Kingdom Hearts story.
Is what, editing a review?
Is just like hearing it from you guys. Like I'm not saying it's not amazing, and I get it, but it's just like I didn't get in time, and I don't have the time.
You're running out of time, yeah,
got
before
time.
3.
Let's start with February. February 8th, God Eater 3? Yeah. I have no idea if that's
I
going to
gotta
be...
find trailers for that.
What do you mean you have to find trailers for
It's
that?
just not in my head. I couldn't tell you what that game is. I mean, I know God Eater, but
This is Bandai Namco, so it has, like, as Bloodworth said, it has, like, an anime aesthetic, kind
Yeah.
of. You know, we're fighting
it's
big monsters
like,
with big weapons.
Yeah, it's kind of like one of their takes on the Monster Hunter
Yeah.
kind of genre, I guess.
Do you think God Eater 3 could get a Monster Hunter bump, or are we not going to talk
I
about
don't
this?
think so too
game
much.
a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's still very much in niche territory.
Sure.
it's a strong niche, though. I hear when God Eaters, I just hear that brought up by people who are really excited about it.
Oh,
What?
yeah.
Who are these people?
Just the franchise, just like maybe the original. I don't know.
It's us. Who are you talking about?
No, it's
Just
social media.
the Twitter sphere.
Yeah,
Tell
just
me
see-
you're not getting it confused with God Hand.
I doubt it.
That's it.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Oh,
Okay.
Because God Hand's got that cred, right?
Yeah,
Where
yeah, it
everyone's-
does.
Shinji Mikami.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. All
Mikami
right.
Jones.
And apologies to God Eater fans.
Yeah, God Eater
I got it.
is
Wow, I
a
got it.
4-player
That game's not in my brain. I
game.
gotta put it in my brain.
Let us, God Eater fans, let us know. Every time we ask for fans, they show up. So please, let us know in the comments if you're
It's
excited
funny,
about this.
like when you asked about a Monster Hunter World bump, and I realized like they chose to call it God Eater 3.
Yeah.
And they called Monster. I know Monster Hunter games all have different kind of titles, but like, if you called it Monster Hunter 6, I wonder if it wouldn't have done as well.
Sure.
You know?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, if they called it Monster Hunter Generations New or whatever, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
anything other than World would have not done as well, I think.
Yeah.
February 15th is a big day in gaming. Big day. I used to think it was February 22nd. 15th is now the big day. Kicking off with Crackdown 3.
Crackdown 3.
Yeah, that's my toaster strudel here.
Okay.
And as I explained,
As you
they
explained,
could get this right, and it could be awesome.
if
Or-
they toast it perfectly.
Yeah.
And then disperse the frosting just right.
Right. Or it could be a soggy frozen mess.
Bloodworth, how can you spend this long on a game and it still end up a soggy frozen mess?
Last Guardian.
Spicy. Spicy.
Take it back.
I will not take it back.
So go ahead, Blood.
Because I think with this, it's like
The man
Love
with the
it, Ian.
cam.
it's gone. It's actually, I think that's part of the reason is it's gone through so many different revisions and iterations, and like, okay, now Terry Crews is in it, and I just don't know that it's all gonna gel into something that's really fun. You know, like that.
Yeah, outside looking in, I'm thinking, okay, they have something in this game that's amazing.
Something
you know?
Microsoft believes in.
Something that is awesome,
Yes.
like the destruction or the traversal or something. But when
Grabbing
you
your orbs.
Yeah, but when you put it all together and you just like progress through, maybe the missions don't really work. So maybe they just got so invested in it and they just kept trying to fix it and make it work, but it just kind of never happened. And the like actually progressing through the missions just isn't fun.
What?
That's kind of my pessimistic view on it now because it's been so long.
That's
Okay.
kind of how I.
Yeah.
That's my guess.
I just
too.
I just think going through the game might not be the most fun.
There's nothing about Crackdown 3 that says long development time. There's nothing about that game that
Right.
says this is gonna, saddle up.
So you're saying like
We'll see you in 5 years. This just seems like and not like you shouldn't, treat it with care. Like, not you can't make something really exciting in that franchise. But I feel like it's almost like when, back when we used to do, I used to work for a company and we would do television show openings. I remember Nip Tuck was one that we did. And the way that works is a network will reach out to various animation houses and they'll be like, make us an intro. And you'll have to make that intro. Like, you'll get game footage or footage from the show, and then you'll do a template, and they'll just pick the one they like, and then that company gets to make it. So we were making all these intros for TV shows that never happened. That we never got picked. Or we did get sometimes, but most of the times you don't, just like auditioning. And it feels like the campaign for Crackdown has been me just watching all of them. It's like 10 different trailer houses made a trailer for Crackdown 3, and then they just kept lining them up. It's like a new Crackdown 3 trailer. It's like, oh, here we go, something new about the game. And it's like, it's the same thing. Same looking background, neon. Terry Crews is there now. That's changed. That building fell down one time.
Thing,
but
though,
like,
I feel like
I have a whole campaign. That's it. That's like the only moments that really like have any, not like made me excited or not, but I remember as like standing out in any way.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things for me is I feel like Terry Crews is a play that says, hey guys, this game doesn't have any personality. What can we do? I was like, oh, well, Terry Crews, he's awesome. Put him in there. And that'll work. And I think anything else,
Or Terry Crews.
it's probably still going to
Could be
feel
really fun, though.
kind
what do you
of-
mean poor Terry Crews? He's just getting paid.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, he's just got to carry the
Having
whole thing
fun.
on his shoulders, It's like,
Yeah.
If the game's terrible, I don't think anyone
I
is
just feel
mad
like
at it.
everything else feels
I don't
kind
think
of...
it'll impact Terry Crews in any way.
It's one of those things where it's all sort of at a glance from what we've seen in the demos and the trailers so far, it just feels like it all sort of feels the same.
Mm-hmm.
And so if that gameplay doesn't feel really fun to just do that repetitive stuff over and over, then it's just going to start to feel really repetitive really fast.
Like, you know what I haven't even seen? I haven't seen a sick air dash.
You probably have.
You better.
Oh, I think there's a...
The
I think-
latest,
I think that they've added air dash
multiplayer
in that.
one showed it. I think.
I bet.
Okay.
I bet you
All
have.
I just see is like jumping and
and
falling.
it doesn't register, right?
Yeah.
That's what impacted me is when Jones said this doesn't feel like a game that took 5 years to make. Like wipe our brains, right? Put us in GameStop, wipe our brains, and we're looking at all the games on the shelves,
Right.
right? You pick that up and you look at that game, you play it, you're like, oh, this probably took a year, right? Like,
Didn't 2 just come out?
yeah, but you look at Kingdom Hearts, you feel it. You feel the years that went into that game. Red Dead Redemption, you feel the years that went into that game. I don't know if you will feel the years when you're playing Crackdown 3.
I think for me, Crackdown 3, it's a game that they're putting out because they're like, we might as well just put it out. Like, it's not getting any better. We're just going to put it out now.
The test is, will Crackdown 3 be in a montage at the E3 2019 Xbox press conference?
Or will they drop it? They won't drop it. I'm going to say
talked
yes.
about it
Will they
long.
have it be part of the thing? Where
They
they're like,
will.
Xbox, so
will.
many things to play.
For
just
sure
saying
you'll
all the
see
cool
a
stuff.
building
Is
falling
Crackdown
down.
3 going to be
Yeah.
in there?
It will.
Yes.
And I also think that's the other
More
thing
than
that's
once.
really hurt the game in a lot of ways is that there have been so many times where Microsoft has seemingly had no games. We're like, hey, but we got Crackdown 3. It's coming out next summer. And they're like, okay, and then it doesn't happen. And like, what's going on with Crackdown 3?
We're
guys?
saving it for the Xbox One X launch. On that day, you'll
Yeah.
be able to play Crackdown 3. It was just so exciting, right?
Yeah, and they showed it at E3, and everyone poo-pooed it. And I actually was, I think, pretty optimistic about what I played at E3, but like a majority of people was not.
I can see the 74 on Metacritic now
Yeah.
for the game. It's gonna be a solid game at the end of
I
the
think
day,
there's
but
gonna-
it's just gonna be okay, and that's not enough
I
for
think-
how long it's taken.
I think it's going to have a solid fan base. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a Game Pass game. People will be playing that.
Yep.
Sure.
Yeah, I think it'll do okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
any
Well,
Microsoft game is a Game Pass
And
game.
don't forget that it's like the most advanced AI ever created by human beings. So like,
I'm nervous to
there's
plug
a
it
lot
in.
of stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on under the surface. Crackdown 3 plays you.
Right,
Yeah.
DeepMind.
You know
Ian, do you know when that bit started?
when?
That was our 2018 prediction special.
Really?
Yeah, that's when that whole bit started.
It's one of my favorites.
Just make sure not to plug it in at your own home.
Right.
Go to a coffee shop or
Yeah,
something.
yeah. You need to go through like an IP mask to
Yeah.
play Crackdown 3.
Do you want to hear that? Sounds like it's podcast halftime.
The following are the official sponsors of Easy Allies for the month of January. Grad Rush. Grad Rush is a one-on-one board game with CCG elements that takes place in high school. You're tasked with getting as many quirky students to graduate as possible. Everything you need to play is in the box, no booster packs required. Assemble a deck of students and events from 40 plus unique cards in order to graduate before your opponent. Face off against rival students in a rock, paper, scissors battle of preps, athletes, and misfits. Plan to be released around May. Hopefully. In the meantime, check out the misadventures of the Jen Eric High School Yearbook Club on Facebook and Instagram at Jen Eric High School. That's JENERIC High School. Grad Rush. Tests not included. Help restore Marshall's teeth. A GoFundMe set up to help fellow gamer Marshall Parks restore his teeth after a medical condition known as GERD left them irreparably damaged. If they don't get fixed, everyday use will continue to wear them down and eventually affect his jaw and speech. Any help, including advice, would be greatly appreciated. That's GoFundMe.com/restore Marshall's teeth. Mango. iKeyless. iKeyless.com is proud to sponsor Easy Allies. If you need a replacement car key or remote, use offer code EZA at checkout for free shipping and 30% off of your order. Fanis. Connor's Cure. Connor's Cure is created in honor of 8-year-old WWE fan Connor McCallick, who battled medulloblastoma, a rare tumor that affects the brain and spinal cord. Connor's Cure is a foundation to support pediatric brain and spinal cord cancer research. Connor's Cure has helped raise nearly $2.5 million and assisted more than 400 families around the world. The link to donate is in the description. Hogue Law, business law firm. Whether you're starting a business at level 1, stuck fighting the dreaded fundraising boss, or finally cashing out with a well-earned high score, you need a good business lawyer at your side. And now, that Good Business Lawyers YouTube channel has spawned a new series. Like Help Us Out Hogue, Virtual Legality is all about Hogue discussing the news of the day in the law and business of video games. Kyle Bossman calls it well-researched and comprehensive, much unlike the Easy Allies podcast. Check out Virtual Legality at youtube.com/HOEG Law. Sweet Justice, a sound design company from the southern shores of the UK. They've worked on some of the biggest AAA titles, the most refreshing indie titles, and collaborated with the best development teams in the world. And finally, our mega sponsor, a new one. FantasyCritic.games. Fantasy Critic is a new site where video gaming meets fantasy football. Grab your friends, create a league, and face off as you predict what the year's top-rated video games will be. Just like fantasy football, you'll hold a draft and stock your roster with the hottest up-and-coming titles. At the end of the year, the player with the best lineup of games based on review scores, courtesy of OpenCritic.com, will be crowned the winner. Think you know what games will come out on top? Head to FantasyCritic.games now and play for free forever. It also makes for a great podcast segment if you're the kind of person that has a weekly podcast about video games. All of these links are available in the description. Thank you to our sponsors.
Thank you, sponsors.
Also worth mentioning, any charity that is mentioned in the podcast halftime was from another lovely person to help someone with that charity. So
Right. I guess, right. Each message you hear isn't necessarily from that sponsor in particular. But yeah, hey, gift a sponsorship if you want to.
yeah.
I'm extremely excited about that fantasy football, the fantasy video games website. Obviously, don't want to pick favorites when we're talking about like sponsors, you know. But like, come on,
It's a mega
dude.
sponsor, you know.
Yeah, it's a mega sponsor.
You can just mega comment on it.
That's just like my.
Let us know your mega feelings.
That's like it's like here's two things you like, dude.
Yeah.
We're combining them.
Right?
Yeah.
We got the infrastructure. February 15th, I told you, is a big day. We're gonna keep rolling on that day. Far Cry and New Dawn.
And my toaster strudel.
Oh
No,
boy.
really?
Oh boy.
Yeah.
You're surprised? I'm surprised.
Yeah, I am.
Why is that your toaster strudel, dude?
Because I was into Primal and I'm not into this at all. Just nothing, very little about this is exciting me. I'm excited about this because Far Cry is fun. That's about it.
But they're finally going to the apocalypse.
I don't see what they're doing in the apocalypse. It just seems like Far Cry in the apocalypse. I needed a little bit more.
How am I supposed to handle cynical Bloodworth? it's you're rocking my boat right now,
know.
dude. I don't know how to handle this.
I love Far
night.
Cry. I have loved like everything Far Cry's done. I played a little bit of 3. I think 3's great. I haven't gone back to 3 because I think they've improved so much with 4 and 5 that I think I'm gonna like 3, but I think it's a lot of the stuff's gonna feel outdated. As much as I thought the story of 5 was wacky, I loved the companions. I thought that was so smart and something I was like, man, if this sold as much as it did, Far Cry 6 is definitely happening. I hope they just really double down on
These are all
that.
good
and
things so
maybe
far.
you can change your character too and them at the same time, and you're
Yeah,
constantly switching your team out.
So why is this your toaster strudel, dude?
None of that seems to be a New Dawn. New Dawn needs to see.
You don't think that they'll have like really cool like mutant companions or something like that?
No.
I'm excited.
Because why not
Crafting
open with that? This
to
is
come
coming out right now. You know, it's like
Yeah.
it was the same thing with Primal. Like there was not a lot new in Primal that we found out after the announcement of Primal. After they first showed Primal, we were like, oh, cool, Saber-tooth tiger, bows I build, and I can ride them. Neat. It was like a couple more surprises, but not a lot. And there's, I think real hard blood about what I'm supposed to be excited about with New Dawn. And there's like pink flowers that look kind of interesting. Somebody, I can't remember who it was, somebody posted a tweet where they were like, look, it's Rage. No, just kidding, it's Far Cry New Dawn. No, just kidding, it's Rage. No, just kidding, it's Far Cry New Dawn. And I could tell it was New Dawn because of the pink flowers. That was like a thing, a big thing that they showed off. But like the villains aren't interesting, the world's not interesting.
$40. That price isn't interesting?
No.
Okay.
I'm probably gonna check it out, but
Definitely.
I'm gonna eat that toaster strudel. But
It might be cool.
that
$40?
maybe better be cooked.
Yeah.
$40 seems way too high.
Yeah, that was like the primal price. It wasn't the
That's
the laser lip monster.
Oh,
Yeah.
Blood Dragon.
Dragon.
Blood Dragon
Yeah.
was not at that level, but yeah, since
'cause
they
This should be
Primal's
$24.99.
like, wow, that era. I wonder
Yeah.
how they're gonna do that. And
was
it's
cool.
like, a post-apocalyptic Far Cry. Like, yeah, I'm not wondering how that's gonna work.
Yeah.
Especially after Mad Max, which like, wasn't great. It was a solid 7, but like I loved the hell out of that 7. And I'm like, I don't know.
I'm
Racetrack
excited
looks
for
cool.
I'd love to be
crafting.
corrected.
Yeah.
Crafting, Jones.
It's hot and moist and the frosting's just right.
Because I got rid of like crafting in 5, and that was annoying.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of.
So
I
I'm
miss it.
excited. Like, and they've shown the like blade saw gun. That's really all I've seen in this.
But just like,
So I hope there's more wacky things you can craft in
like
this.
with Metro coming, with Last of Us coming in 2019 to bring the apocalypse, and
I got
that's
you,
it.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Even
you know
Rage.
what?
Like-
Well justified.
Yeah.
Also on February 15th, Jump Force, which is my toaster strudel.
Mine too.
Really? That's your toaster strudel too?
Yeah.
Wow.
I want to go through the list. There's 33 characters.
I'll be honest, I haven't paid attention for a while.
This is a 3v3
Did
anime
you play
fighter.
it at E3?
No, dude.
Okay, I played it and it was lukewarm,
Yeah.
lackluster.
All right, here are all the anime properties that are involved: Black Clover, Bleach, City Hunter, Dragon Ball, Fist of the North Star, Hunter x Hunter, My Hero Academia, Naruto, One Piece, Rurouni Kenshin, Saint Seiya, Yu-Gi-Oh,
Wow.
and Yu Yu Hakusho.
Did you say Death Note in there? Death Note was in there too,
Death
right?
Note has no playable characters, but
okay.
Ryuk is involved at some point.
Got it.
Yeah.
Is One Punch Man there?
No One Punch Man,
Is Attack on Titan there?
no Attack on Titan, no JoJo.
Yeah.
Come on.
Kinda tough.
No Gintama. Come on. I got an interesting question. I don't even know if we should handle this, but this was the last time I brought up Rurouni Kenshin getting added to this game. In the comments, they're like, dude, do you even know what happened with Rurouni Kenshin? I'm like, no. So I had to look this up. Creator of Rurouni Kenshin, manga, you're a mangaka. You write and you illustrate. You create. This thing is something you create. That person was found with child pornography on his computer.
Whoa.
Bummer.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have done. Sorry, I couldn't even say it. Should have done that. Move on. Continue, please.
So Wikipedia said very young teens. It sounds super, super gross. Was not arrested. Was charged for I think it was 200,000 yen.
Why
and
you dragging Jump Force down?
and it was
That's
that's
like 20,000.
no, it's like $1,800.
$2,000. Yeah, it's $2,000.
Yeah, it's about
You
$2,000.
take two numbers away.
Yeah. So hey, we found child porn. Give us $2,000. Like
What
okay,
the
I'm gonna
hell?
keep getting money off my manga. And so it's is it okay to play Jump Force if this is a small part of that entire game, or like ethically is it just effed?
This is a love and respect question now.
Yeah, right. Like this was bothering me as I was like typing this out. I'm like, what do you do with that game?
Why do you put Rurouni Kenshin in there when you should leave it out? Or like you leave it out, and there's so many other things that we said that aren't in there already. Why are you?
Swap them out. Put
You're
JoJo
clearly
in there.
not desperate for anime franchises.
Yeah.
Why
Well,
are you even putting
how
it in
did the
there?
Rurouni Kenshin ownership deal with the thing? Like, did they oust him, take over the brand?
No,
like,
they put it on pause for a while.
Jeez.
They put it on halt. He paid his 200,000 yen, and then they brought
Which
it.
is
they continued printing it.
$1,837.71.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't feel so bad that it's in there though. For like a crossover for a list that big, like I know at the same time it's like you don't need it, but at the same time there's so many in there that it's not leaning on it too much. I don't know.
Yeah.
And you just want to beat up those characters more than ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, beat them
Yeah.
up.
Okay. Yeah, it's weird. It's a conundrum. I feel. It's just like because a lot of people enjoy this game. A lot of people are very excited about Jump Force. Right? Like, IGN was talking like, this is actually one of our top 5 games from E3. A lot of people are really interested in this traffic.
I'm
Wars.
hoping it makes a group stream. I would love to just.
I'm sure.
It's a game I want to play for 10 minutes. Very
No
badly.
Rurouni Kenshins then.
Yeah.
If we're group streaming it,
Oh, okay.
if one person selects Rurouni Kenshin, I'm going to beat you up.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. As long as we're cool with that. Jones, you mentioned this game on February 15th, Metro Exodus.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Good looking game.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I'll pick that as my Pop-Tart.
Ooh.
Cool.
Okay, Blood, lead us here. What is this game?
I mean, I'm not an expert on the game, but yeah, it is in post-apocalypse in Russia, basically, and up until well, I guess you've been out in the surface a bit, but before it was very focused on the metro. The metro is
The
where they went
caves,
to
yeah.
survive
Yeah.
and all of that, and above ground. Everything was very irradiated. You had to have gas masks on. I'm sure there's still a lot of that in there, but now you're like on a train and you're like moving from place to place.
Trains.
Yeah.
And you kind of have like this mobile base.
And
And
you have a little boat at some parts too.
Love a mobile base.
yeah. And I think too, there's this very survivalist, like more hardcore kind of feel to like how this works. There's like pneumatic guns that you have to like pump up to get more power, and
They call it a survival
Yeah.
first-person shooter, right?
Survival
if your
horror.
gas
Yeah.
mask gets cracked, then you got to replace it, and you got to like wipe off
Yeah, it fogs up.
the fog every now and then. And
The
Yeah.
weapon modding is so sweet that just where you're at, like every time you look in your backpack, you like actually take it off and like go through each of the pockets. And like when you mod guns, just the way everything sounds and clicks and looks, like it really feels like I'm at this table working on this. Really fun characters and like it's gorgeous. Really
one of the
pretty
things that they
looking game.
nailed like right from the get-go in the first game was just the sense of like they put a lot of attention into that kind of environmental storytelling and that sense of place of what you would call the towns, the settlements where people lived, and they did so in a way to where it didn't, like a lot of times like those spaces can feel sort of like a theme park, right? Like you walk up to this person and they'll give you their thing in dialogue. You walk to that person and they'll say that thing. But in Metro, I just kind of got this sense that these people are having all these conversations and stuff, whether you're going to be there or not. And if you happen to walk by and you hear that thing, then you happen to walk by.
So it feels more alive. Yeah.
Yeah.
I 100% get that. You're always like hopping it. Dialogue they add to a lot of games to make it natural. It just never feels that way. You're a mensch, Spider-Man. Like, stop saying that to me.
People are in really close quarters, and you get that sense of like just stuff going on just on the other side of a door or the other side of like a towel that's put down to separate people. Or, yeah.
Yeah, it's so unique. It's a like, would we call this game AAA?
Yeah.
I
Metro
don't.
Exodus.
I mean,
I
it's
feel like,
weird
yeah.
because in a way it is, in a way it isn't. Like it's always pushing, like the visuals.
Yes.
It's always trying to like look as good as it possibly can, but at the same time, it's made on a pretty like cheap budget by a small team, and
That's what I feel
Eastern
like,
Europe.
yeah.
It's like yeah.
Middle.
I think one of the other things too that you won't see typically with AAA shooters is the level of difficulty. Like this is straight Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Your save file can be like desperate. Like you get to a point where you're like, I'm gonna start over. Like I just don't have I demoed it and I played it for like 3 hours, and by the time I finished that demo, I had nothing left. I had no health left, no bullets left, no nothing. Like I was in deep trouble.
Yeah.
And like they tapped me on the shoulder. I was like, oh great, okay.
Did you know this
I was
one?
having a heart attack there.
Does this one still use bullets as currency? or-
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's
Oh,
one
that's
of the
cool.
things. Like the good bullets,
High grade rounds.
high grade rounds, you use to buy other things. But then like you kind of have your jump bullets that you kind of craft yourself out of whatever scrap metal and stuff.
High grade rounds, same for
That's
bosses.
such a cool idea.
Yeah, this is why I love doing these
It makes
these
such
shows.
good sense.
I love hearing about games, like from
Dude.
you, people who are excited about it.
And I love trains. It's fun to like leave the train knowing most of the people are going to stay there. Some of the people are adventuring with you. Some already have. Like they might be like, oh, one guy already went out and we haven't heard from him. So if you could go to that area and just, I love physical. It's one of the reasons I love Red Dead so much is like when he like grabs objects. Like I love just like how saturated everything is. And you have this like clipboard and you flip it over to look at the map and flip it over to look at your quests. And just like how cool that board looks in your hands. Like it just looks like a lot of care was made into like really making you feel. And obviously it's lit. So if you're in like a dark cave and you go to look at the map, like you can't, unless you have your light out, like you can't see it.
If this excites you, you need to play Metro. You can crouch through a room and there's guards everywhere. You can reach up and unscrew the light to lurk in the shadows and then stab someone from the back.
Okay.
Do they notice that the light's gone off?
Sometimes they'll check it. Yeah, they'll be like, "Huh?" It's like metal.
What was that noise? Yeah.
Has a game ever had a super realistic map situation where instead of putting like a little pip on the map where you are, it's literally just the character's finger pointing at the map and being like, all right, I think
Isn't
I'm
that Sea
here."
of Thieves?
There's a
I feel like it's
Sea of Thieves
somewhat
shows
similar
you
to
on
this, but I
the
can't remember.
Metro has a compass, and also there's a lighter that can does the like air. So it'll blow with the wind. Like if you're in a tunnel, lost in tunnel, and you're like,
Yeah.
you need to find a way out.
That's cool.
It'll be like blowing. You're like,
Yeah.
"Get that way."
Firewatch is a little bit of that,
Yeah, sort of.
kind of.
Yeah.
It comes close.
on the 22nd, now all alone on this day,
Support Metro.
Anthem.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is my toaster strudel.
It's my Pop-Tart.
Yes! yes!
Yep.
My dream on a podcast! Both!
This is my toaster strudel because developers continue to underestimate how fast people burn through their content. People are going to be done with this game in a week. Out of stuff. Mm-hmm. Need more. There's no PvP to fall back to. And for the argument that people don't want PvP, that they don't really care about PvP, they're not even going to engage with it, PvP still is an avenue for endless replayability because it's constantly changing, it's constantly shifting, you're battling other people.
Yeah.
Whereas that's not there, so how many times can I grind the last boss for a gun? I already beat the last boss. What do I need the gun for?
Dude, Diablo, it works. People play games like this.
Yeah, I know that type of game still exists. I know people still, grind it out in Destiny 2. People are still grinding it out.
Yeah.
But I'm just worried that they're not going to have enough right out of the gate for Anthem, and it's going to fall flat.
Why is this your Pop-Tart, Jones?
I think games like this initially are going to have a tough time. I think no matter what, even if they had PvP, I think people will be over it and they're going to wait till the next installment. I'm hoping BioWare knows that and like they'll schedule content accordingly so that they'll know like, yes, there is a cliffhanger. Like you are going to wait until the next chapter and we will get to that. I think Destiny took a huge hit in story right out of the gate, and nobody cared. Like, like the diehards were really going to look at research, but like, I don't know a lot of people that were continue to play Destiny and that were that into that first game because of the story. Like, it was neat. I don't think Bungie's ever really been. I think I like the worlds that Bungie creates. I wouldn't consider Bungie like a top tier story. Like, I love the action from Halo, and like there are some surprising, shocking moments in those games. But like, I just specifically the storytelling, and like I can't remember what event it was, and I don't know if it was on Twitter, if I saw someone in person say this or in an interview or something. But I remember somebody from BioWare. They were like, "Remember what we've produced at BioWare," and like remember the stories and the characters and how focused, like, you know, when we're working on Mass Effect, when we're working on Dragon Age, like, just remember that we're the same people that are now working on this, because I get a sense that like they're not allowed or able to sell that because of spoilers, or maybe that work's not done yet, or there's like still a lot of voice work to do. But like I think that like we're doing so much writing, we're doing so many characters, we can't really incorporate that into how we're selling this game.
Sure.
And it's not going to be until you really jump in, until you see that. Really primarily though, the big thing about Anthem to me is like I sat down and they gave me the controller and they were like, okay, do this, and I was like, all right, and I had the little like sheet and I was like, okay, and then how do I boost it? Oh, like just right away I was like, that feels good. Just you're just flying off, and like the fact that I can see that meter, so I can like boost out and then just be like look down a huge drop and like drop, and I know I still have that little buffer, and then right before I hit the ground and then land. Like it was so intuitive. I picked it up right away and I was like, this is really fun. Mm-hmm. And the only moment that I stopped having fun in that demo was they were like, your disappointment ends in 10 minutes. Go, 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 go. And I'm like, I don't want to go. I want to look around. Yeah. I'm going to be that guy where it's like, okay, we're at the entrance, Jones. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I just want to check this room out. It's really cool. I've been that guy a lot
of times, yeah.
And it was neat. There was just stuff in it that was happening when we were fighting that like I've never played a mode in Destiny. Like I might see some ability out of nowhere, or I might be like, oh, you're on the other side of that canyon or something and you're doing some other mission over there. But like I would see a rocket and be like, Brad, where'd you shoot that from? Oh, there's Brad. You know, and like, oh, he's way up there. And like, it just wasn't hard for him to get up there. It wasn't hard for him to get reunited with the crew. I played such a really tiny slice of what I'm assuming was like a very long, dungeon area. And so I think they're going to take a hit. I think I was just seeing with it, even like, Bungie putting all those resources into Destiny, like people got bored. Like, all of the excitement that we had for Sea of Thieves, like people got bored. Like No Man's Sky, just like infamous botched launch. And like all these games, even Rainbow Six, it's like they're fighters. And I think BioWare's not going to go out without a fight for this game, as far as like to keep it interesting for people as they keep
Do you
going
think there
along.
will be
EA Jones? EA.
Yeah.
Will be the kiss of death on this game.
Why? What do you mean they will be
They'll
the kiss
just
of
sell
death?
it to death.
Yeah,
They're one of the most successful publishers in the world, man.
Like you want more stuff. It's buy it. It's like, oh, okay, we're out of stuff to do. Like the first week of this game, I already beat it. I'm already done. I need more. Like, oh, okay, in a couple months, like a month and a half, 2 months, $20 expansion. Pay up.
But I mean, like,
EA has not done enough to make me think otherwise.
Sure,
that
like,
they won't nickel and dime the hell out
but
of
In
it.
4 months?
how's that different from Uncharted?
What?
Like, you beat Uncharted in 3 days.
Yeah, but I'm
and
getting
then
like
you buy a
I'm
thing
getting a
and, like,
single player huge story that is going to stick with me for the rest of my
that's
life.
what this is. It's a
A
single player
dude who's
BioWare
like,
game.
I'm gonna take the power of this primitive land and use it for my anthem or whatever. Like, dude wants power. Let the Guardian stop him. Like the most basic. There is still this game comes out in a month or two, and there's still no story hook.
I hear you on that.
I think they have desperately botched their advertising campaign. Yes. Because people don't know what this game really is, I think.
Yeah, Ian, I remember a while ago we were talking about Anthem, and you said you were excited about it for a reason you can't tell us yet. Have we seen that reason at this moment?
No.
Oh.
Okay.
So there's a reason Ian is excited about this game still that we don't know of yet.
When we see that, Ian, will I be ashamed of my words and deeds?
It's not something that you'll see.
Ooh.
It's like,
something we'll hear.
I just know people on the game. And like,
Okay.
I
mean, I'm gonna play the hell out of it. I'm gonna level cap this game for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm just so like, people hit level cap in Battle for Azeroth in like hours, Jones. People just burn through these games. I just don't.
I hope
think-
I hope they can survive that. I hope that's
Yeah.
like the idea that they're like, we know you're gonna go away. We'll invite you back, and
Do you
there'll be
think they'll
reasons
have-
to come back in and
Will they have technical issues?
reunite with your character.
I think it's gonna be a smooth launch. Actually,
Yeah, I
got
think
hope.
this is kind of one thing. Last little bit about Red Dead that I didn't know that I thought was interesting is they were like, oh, by the way, all of Rockstar worked on this, because like every time any Rockstar game would come out, it would be like, this was specific to San Diego or these other people, and they're like company wide, like we brought everybody in, and I think it might be that. I think they're like, we cannot.
It is.
I think like
Right.
Andromeda happened, and they were like, more people. Like we can't do this again.
I think everybody at BioWare is working on this. Yeah.
yeah, even coming after Andromeda, like
well, I don't know. They're teasing that Dragon Age. So
Yeah.
there have to be somebody working on
Yeah.
that.
And Dragon Age Inquisition.
Nobody's working on Dragon Age right
Like
now.
Dragon Age Inquisition
I don't
and
believe it.
Mass Effect
The scriptwriters
Andromeda
are.
were low points in those franchises.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
BioWare
for
needs a
sure.
hit.
They
They
need
got
it.
logo designers working on that. There's people making posters.
I know. Yeah, don't correct. I know there's a team working on it. I don't think it's a substantial team. On the 26th of February, Anno 1880. Who knows what that is?
It is a strategy game.
strategy.
Oh yeah, a little city building strategy game.
Right.
Blue Byte, Ubisoft publishing that. You're dealing with that old Industrial Revolution. Hey, every time I don't mention a game like this, I get flack. So there it is. It's on the show.
Anno.
They made it in. Also on the 26th, Trials Rising.
Yes.
That's coming out on everything.
That's
Cool.
Don's Pop Tart.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
be
Don's
ready
Pop
for that.
Tart.
Tandem bikes.
How much do you think that game costs?
$25.
That is exactly what it costs.
Yeah, 19
funny.
or 25.
Wow, nailed it, Huber. I'm impressed.
20 seemed a little light. 30's too much. Split the difference.
Really, I thought 25 is dirt cheap for a game like
It
this.
is. It
Uh,
is.
The old ones were 30, I think.
Dang.
And I remember repeatedly wanting to buy Trials Extreme or whatever, and then going, 30 though.
How much is No More Heroes?
40.
40. Okay.
Well, 40 with the season pass.
Oh, okay.
I
Wait,
wonder what it is
what?
without it. I wonder how much game that costs digitally. I don't
Maybe
know.
30.
Yeah, maybe
And
30.
the 15, and then it's like 15 or
Yeah.
something. Yeah, $5 on.
What they're selling with this one to make it different, sort of, Jones, you always talk about SSX, how it would update your friends' records and it would tell you,
Yeah.
like, oh, somebody beat your record. They're doing that with this one. Sharing levels is going to be more of a community thing.
Total community involvement. Like,
Yes.
That was the main thing I remember.
Yeah, and then you'll be able to customize your character and your bicycle. Excuse me, motorbike.
Cool. You can always customize your character.
Could
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
They have
Oh.
tandem
Oh, yeah.
bikes.
Well,
in
they're
this.
really pumped on that.
co-op bikes.
Yep. Where we control the motorcycle together, which is really funny.
They had different bikes.
Yeah.
You would just pick the bike, a new bike. But
Right.
yeah, to be able to like, I
Change
want this
colors.
performance of bike, but I want to change the style. That'd be cool.
Checking
yeah.
on Amazon, buy digital for No More Heroes is $29.99. Says does not, or
Yeah.
season pass not included.
Yeah,
and
great
then
guesses, everybody.
Buy new,
Cool.
40.
Just, and this might seem like a weird comparison, but like I just remember I played the last Trials before we did the stream. I was like, oh, let me just run through this save really quick, and it was just like that. Like, oh, that was really fun and short, and I want to do it again. And then like finish another race. I was like, that was also fun. I want to keep playing this game.
Yeah.
I hope No More Heroes is that. I hope it's just like, oh, that was kind of difficult and fun. Like, all right, I got half an hour. Let me do the next one. Like,
Sure. Absolutely. That is the end of February. We're now moving into March.
nice.
On March 1st, we will see the release of Toe Jam and Earl Back in the Groove.
Woo! I don't know if it's a Pop Tart, but damn, I'm stoked for this one.
Wow.
Are you?
I love
Ian,
that.
take it away then.
I love that ridiculous Genesis Toe Jam and Earl, not the side scroller, the kind of isometric one. Like I never beat it as a kid. You just go forever and then you lose. On,
You
like-
throw tomatoes,
It's
right?
hard.
Yeah, you do all kinds of stuff. And like I watched
complex.
the trailer for this one the other day, and it just looks like more of the same with modern graphics. Like it probably won't be amazing, but I think it'll be a lot of fun. I don't know, group stream opportunity, perhaps.
The original creator's directing this too, which I think is
Yeah.
pretty cool.
I just think it'll be like jolly good vibes. You know,
I had
like,
the
it's just gonna be great.
the Sega Genesis Menacer, the giant gun.
Okay.
And it was compatible with Toe Jam and Earl, and I just remember shooting tomatoes.
What's it look like?
So
What's
like
it look
one
like?
person is like controlling and the other person shooting, or
All I remember is just shooting tomatoes. I
Okay.
could never get past the opening like screen. That was it. That's my only.
What did this gun
Because
look
you didn't
like?
have a controller.
It was like a
plugged in.
gray, like a bazooka type thing. It was the Menace.
it's hard to
It
describe.
fit over your shoulder?
I think it was like a stock. Like it was.
Yeah.
It was beefy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, I gotta Google this.
Yeah.
On March 5th, Left Alive will be released.
Oh wow, yeah.
That's
There
my
it is.
Pop-Tart.
Look at that thing.
The Minister's
That's
That's your Pop-Tart?
Left Alive is my Pop-Tart,
Because
baby.
of Yuji Shinkawa. Right? Did I get
Yeah.
it right? Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nailed it. Yoji Shinkawa.
Yoji Shinkawa.
is doing the art for the game, but this is Square Enix's stealth game, but it's also action game, taking place in the Front Mission universe. There's giant robots, but you are humans crawling around. You're nervous. You're making choices. You're making dialogue choices. You're making strategic choices. How do I want to handle this scenario? You're hopping in giant robot suits.
You are.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Director of this game, Also, producer of the Armored Core series, a bunch of those. Directed Armored Core 1. I don't know. I feel like there are so many reasons to be excited about this game. I can't understand why we're not all going nuts for it.
You just said more about this game than I knew.
That might be an issue.
How much marketing has they've done for this?
I've seen
I don't think
one
they said much
trailer.
about it.
Was
Yeah.
that at E3?
Yeah, there was a
There was a TGS trailer. I think there was one at E3 this year. I had, while I was preparing for this episode, I found a gameplay trailer that I had not seen that dropped in December.
I haven't seen any gameplay.
Square Enix
Their
PR
website is
marketing
nice.
can get really weird on certain games.
And that trailer was really sick. It was a good gameplay trailer. It really showed what this game is. If you ever had any questions like what it will look like when I'm playing it, they made that trailer and puffed it out in December. Nobody saw it, you know?
Nobody saw it. I need to see it.
This game looks sick.
Okay.
Nice.
You sold me.
This is the closest we'll get to Metal Gear Solid for all of 2019.
Got it.
Maybe the many years beyond, you know? it looks like the Metal Gear Solid game I want.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
an interesting sell.
Oh, and the name that Yoji Shinkawa is the Metal Gear Solid artist. If you're thinking of Metal Gear
right.
Solid 1,
So the cover,
just
right.
that
Got
very
it, got it, got it.
distinct, like painterly style. Worked on all the Metal Gear Solid games and just an excellent
Best in the
artist.
biz.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know if I need to defend that anymore. That's my pop. Sure. I'm really excited about that. March 5th, please be good. I can't guarantee it'll be good, like a Pop-Tart, but I'm like feeling
It'll
pretty
be better than
positive about
Crackdown.
it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, this looks pretty cool.
I think we can say.
Doesn't it look pretty cool?
Yeah,
if
you're like playing as this lady. I'm watching the thing.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
If you're a listener, if you're curious, please Google it. Please check that out because it's not getting the PR it deserves. Number 7. No, that's not a number 7. On March 7th, Total War 3 Kingdoms.
Sure.
That's a turn-based strategy game.
I played it poorly.
You played the game?
Played it Judges Week. Yeah.
Cool. That's
Remember that
Creative
was my.
Assembly, yeah.
I brought that at Noodles and Broth.
You did,
Blue Minds.
dude. Yeah. Can I say the one interesting thing that I found in their little fact
You
sheets?
may.
The game features 2 game modes. The first mode, Romance, is based off the novel Romance of the Three Kingdoms,
Right.
in which generals are gifted with nearly superhuman strength. Another mode, Classic, based on records of the Three Kingdoms, presents a more historically accurate version. In Classic, the generals have their powers removed and they can no longer be commanded separately. That's actually from Wikipedia, not from
well,
their
that's
own
because
bullet points.
they used to have the Romance of the Three Kingdoms game. Back
I
in the
mean,
day.
not used to.
Or-
Koei still
They
makes
still make
sequels
them?
to those games.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, so I think that's cool that like you can choose the superhero version of this game, or you can choose a straight version of the game, and it's all in the same package.
That is sweet.
I love
The
that.
superhero's fun. Like 2 guys, staff squaring off against each other in this like giant, in the middle of this huge town, and you just zoom all the way back and see all the troops, and then zoom all the way in. And they're doing their fight choreography.
Yeah,
It's cool.
love that. Hey, cool.
Making the video game industry better by existing. Total
Creative
War.
Assembly? Oh yeah, and then Total War series. Absolutely.
And it's neat. I'm not caught up on Three Kingdoms and all that lore, but like if there are people historically that like, they're like, oh, that's my jam. Like they were talking a lot at Judges Week about like, we were really excited to do our own spin on this, to kind of like a little bit of history, a little bit of fantasy, a little bit of the novels. There was one guy who was working on it. He wrote like 28 books on the subject. He was like one of their like reference
Wow.
people. They had like all these books that go by, and I was like, whoa.
That's cool.
That's rad.
Yeah. Generally, it's about uniting China. March 8th. Excuse me, Devil May Cry 5 will be released.
Crazy.
Toaster
Crazy looking game.
strudel.
I'm gonna be so bad at it.
Ian, don't you dare. Don't you dare. Is that real?
Nah.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
But I mean, like, I don't know. I don't understand. Like,
I'm just bad at
it
those
seems
games.
incredibly hyped.
Yeah.
For a
The stakes are
reason.
high.
So the stakes are high. Here's what I like about it. This is Hideaki Itsuno. This is an old school Capcom person. This is a person, hey, I'm going to direct Power Stone. I'm going to direct Rival Schools. Darkstalkers, I got this. I'm going to be in this business for a long time. DMC2 hopped in the final 5 months of development. I didn't know this. The person who directed Devil May Cry 2
Okay.
for the first presumably 2 years or close to it of production.
Yeah.
Nobody knows who that is.
Whoa.
Capcom never told anyone what happened, but they did say Itsuno at 5 months before release stepped in and took care of it.
Jeez.
That's crazy.
Isn't that nuts? I love that.
Disgrace.
And wait, is
Yeah.
is 2 the
Wow.
one?
Two's the bad one.
Two's the
Yeah,
bad.
two's the one that everyone hates. Yeah.
So he did
Yeah.
what he could, right? Then he did 3. I think he's a producer on these. I'm not sure he's a director on that at that
3
point.
is
4.
a legit masterpiece.
Yep, 4.
Yeah, 3 is good. I remember 3 a lot.
He was a consulting producer on DMC.
Love DMC.
And then, of course, director of Dragon's Dogma.
Dude, this guy's a
Dragon's
master
Dogma.
of the craft.
Yeah,
Yes.
he is.
So to see,
I am in for DMC5 now.
right, exactly. And so to see this person be able to get Devil May Cry 5 back, get in control of it, be excited about it, and then for it to show up and look like it does, I think is incredible.
What company is it again?
Capcom.
I
Yeah,
can't-
just Capcom, not Platinum or some weird thing.
No, it's like Capcom Division 1 or
Oh, okay,
something.
okay.
It's like, they have divisions.
Yeah, yeah.
I can't stress enough how rewarding it is, how good it feels to get good at these types of games.
To get the triple S.
to get the feeling, the rush, the momentum. Like there's nothing like an action game like Bayonetta, Devil May Cry, just these games where these enemies get thrown at you and you just use your creativity and it just feels so good.
Yeah.
I can't stress it enough.
You know what's interesting? We talk about on the trailer shows that I do here, Easy Allies and a GT. Like talk about COD a lot.
What are
like,
the trailer shows called?
Trailer Jones.
Oh, okay.
2 episodes this month, and a lot of that is Fortnite too. A lot of that's staged. A lot of them they're like, okay, we have these abilities, we have these new weapons, new skins. Like, how do we like make a little skit and do this? And I get the feeling that like the gameplay that they got for all the Devil May Cry trailers, obviously it's just one person playing the game. It's a single player, but this is just like, yeah, I didn't even kind of mean to make that cool thing happen. I was just like, I'm just playing, like these little clips, like, oh yeah, have that part where you pick that guy up and throw him into that building. That's neat. And I'm watching and like, wow, this game's crazy. And then I watch trailers again. It's like, this game is insane. Like,
Yes.
look at what he's doing.
Yep.
Like every little tiny moment
Yep.
of just like how he's reacting to things and it's cool. It just does not. I don't get the staged vibe from that gameplay. It just seems very raw.
why I'm
and
always-
It's a game that sells itself, and so like when I see these trailers, it's like, great, keep doing this. I can't think of another way you could possibly sell this game because I have no idea what's in it. Like I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know how half of this even functions in the game. Like
Yeah.
just like
bonkers.
mixing up all the weapons. Like DMC always gets a bad rap, but I always think about it and go back to it because I think about the way.
DMC with a little M.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think about the way that game combos. Right, you can like juggle a guy up in the air with a sword, throw a glaive at him, jump up to him, juggle him in midair, like knock him down, then pull him back up with a scythe, shoot him. Like you can do all of this in real time. You just gotta play it. Devil May Cry 5, you gotta play it.
Yeah. It's so fun that a game like this is still existing and thriving.
Yes.
Support Devil May Cry 5.
Support it. Support it.
On the 15th, One Piece World Seeker. I don't know if that's a big deal or not. That's the open
open
world
world,
One
yeah.
Piece game.
Tempting.
It's an anime game.
Yeah.
It's going to sell.
Tempting to be like the only person in Easy Allies to have played it.
Yeah. All right. So, Jones, we know what is in March. Will One Piece World Seeker break top 15 on the NPDs?
Sure. Didn't we just talk about that the other day where it's just like,
Like anime
games
games
fans
always
show up, man.
Yeah,
Like,
I think it will. I think it'll break top
especially
15.
a brand new, like at post Breath of the Wild, post, like,
I'm tempted to say top 10, dude, but it's a crazy month.
not
I don't know.
sure.
I don't know if we can do top
One
10.
Piece is a little. I don't feel like it's as big of a thing. Like it's consistent, but I don't know whether like people show up to that
One
degree.
of the most popular anime / manga of our generation.
What episode are we on, Kyle?
I'm talking about when the games come out and people buy those games.
Yeah, I hear you, Blood. Like Dragon Ball games will always sell better than One Piece games.
Yeah.
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 I'm with you. And Naruto games. You're right, Blood. Fair enough. Fair point.
it made me turn my head though when I first saw it. I was like, ooh, this could be something I'm interested
Yeah,
in.
it looks cool. It looks like I'm not interested in One Piece at all. That game looks really cool.
Well,
Yeah.
looks like I'm getting the code. Send that over, Blood.
You'll have to fight Ben and Ben.
Oh, no,
Because
yeah.
Ben is almost caught up on the anime
no.
too.
No way.
He just told me today. We were talking about anime, and he's like, "Dude, I'm almost caught
Brad's
up."
a big fan. Is Brad
Psyched
for this?
He
at all?
loves One Piece. He hasn't caught up lately.
He dropped off.
because there's.
But the game though. I mean, has he ever
wonder.
talked about it or?
I
I don't
wonder.
know. We should see who's interested in this game.
Ben and Brad for sure.
Also on the 15th, a little competition from Tom Clancy's The Division 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Division 1, huge. Somehow Ubisoft just makes
Yeah.
bank off weird new IP and Far Cry games. I don't know how they do it. They just keep making it
Do
happen.
you think it's going to be a Watch Dogs situation where it doesn't sell as well as Division 1.
Yes. Yeah, I actually do.
Me too.
I mean, I doubt. Here's the thing. I doubt Ubisoft every single year. I'm like Far Cry 5. Good luck. And then it's number one that month, and then is in the top 10 by the end of the year. But I gotta still go with my gut there. I gotta still go with my feelings. I can't imagine Division 2 doing as well as Division 1. Here's what they're adding. They're adding raids. So that's something. It is something that they're adding to like make it more appealing. To keep playing.
Do like to keep it positive. I love that they laid out a pretty lengthy timeline of how stuff was gonna be released. And to do that at an announcement is pretty sweet.
How much
for a
are
game
those
like
DLC expansions gonna cost?
$20, $30?
$0.
Oh, that's right.
Free DLC expansions for the Division 2.
Pretty cool.
I think that's super cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if Anthem
Especially if like these names,
DLC.
these names, it's like Chapter 3, Jared's Revenge. You're like, all right. And you actually get into the game, and you're like, oh, he's getting his own. Cool.
Jared.
Like good old Jared or something. Like just some more context that you get from actually like being in that world.
Yeah. Does anyone here remember when that was announced? Division 2.
Probably E3 last year.
March of last year.
Cool.
But we didn't see gameplay until E3 of last year.
Okay, E3 was
yeah.
when they had their big, at the Ubisoft press conference.
Right. But I think that's pretty cool. Announcement to being able to play it 1 year. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I want to. What am I trying to say? I want to keep myself in check here, right? Because I criticize Anthem. I'm very wary of Anthem.
Sure.
Extremely
wary of it.
Yeah.
And Division is kind of a similar game where you're, going through these things, grinding it out.
Yeah.
Looting.
Yeah.
I think a big thing, one, is Ubisoft. And now you said free DLC as well. That's amazing.
Yeah.
But I think having the Dark Zone, dude, that gimmick. I can remember in Division 1.
Right. What is the Dark Zone?
Going through the Dark Zone with Plessis.
It's PvP, right?
PvP Dark Zone. You go in and it's like a hostile area and you gotta get the supplies and extract out. But you can turn on each other.
No rules battle royale.
Yeah, there can be other teams that come in. So
it's actually just go nuts in here.
Yeah, Wild West.
That is fun. That is a cool, appealing part of a video game.
It's cool.
You know what? It's gonna do well. Maybe not the heights of Division 1, but there's no way that game is not a success this year. On the 22nd, we will see Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice.
Yeah.
Pop-Tart, baby.
That's a Pop-Tart.
Wow.
That is a fresh Pop-Tart.
Wow.
So close.
I didn't see that when I looked at that list.
Yeah, when I scrolled
Oh, I'm
through,
sorry.
I
There's a
missed it too.
page break in between. Yeah.
Oh, good lordy. Yeah, Anthem's going to be cool and stuff, but sorry.
Sorry about that.
My bad. But cool, man. I had no idea. I didn't know it was March.
Yeah, baby.
Wow.
I didn't see it on the list either,
knew
and then
at
I
some
was
point,
like,
but yeah.
wait a minute. Obviously, Sekiro.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy. Let's talk about that video game.
Yeah, let's talk about that video
Let's
game.
talk about this first 3 months of 2019 for crying out loud.
Yeah.
Good grief.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think what's interesting with Sekiro is you kind of you get your hands on it and you expect to play it like a Souls game, and it kind of isn't.
No. Who in here has played it?
Just you.
Just
and
me?
Dead Blood?
Have you played it, Blood, or no?
Brad played it.
Yeah, me and Brad, I think, are the only ones who've played it.
Okay.
It took it took me
I saw a demo.
it took me 20 or 30 minutes to just convince my brain that I wasn't playing Souls.
Okay, so Ian, tell me what I would be doing wrong if I see an enemy approaching and I press R1 and then R2.
That may or may
Oh.
not be wrong. You'd probably get parried on that second one.
Uh-huh.
If you're dodging, I dodge, that's what I do, right?
Yeah.
And you can't win unless you parry. Like the boss, you have to parry. You have to get there.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it's called.
You
It's
can
not-
Swords
jump over
clashing.
sword swings.
Yeah, you can
a
jump.
big
You can
thing.
jump into an attack on a person, but you have to get there. It's not called stance or whatever. It's called whatever. It starts with P, I think. But basically they're poise, but it's not poise. You have to break their poise or you can't beat them. Getting to the second phase of a boss, you have to poise break them. You can't just get their HP down.
So, in Bloodborne, what I would do to parry someone is shoot them with my gun at the right moment of their animation. When they're lifting a sword or something. How would I parry someone in this game?
It's more like Souls, where you hit them with the sword in a certain way, because you don't have a shield, but you
So it's
hit
like a
'em with
separate button. It's not R1.
I mean, it's been like months since I tried
Yeah,
it, but like
you
I
had
think
like
it's
the
L2
extra
or
gadgets
something.
and stuff too, like the fire thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, the gadget arm, I'm
The
super
gadget
excited
arm is
about.
nuts.
Yeah.
The fire spell is really good, but you basically like, if I'm remembering properly, you like hit him with the side of the sword and then you parry him.
Cool.
But like
You
you
had the
have
axe
to.
that could like break through shields.
Yeah.
Oh, well, let's just use that. Why are we parrying if we have an axe that breaks through shields?
Too slow, I think.
no.
Axe only.
Yeah, I'm sorry,
Axe
buds.
only.
Well, and it's
Well, not everyone has a shield.
it's in the arm, so it's like
Yeah.
limited use maybe.
Oh, got you.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's different but similar. It'll
You've
probably
got
be incredible.
stealth sections, like legit.
Oh, yeah.
Sneaking by people and like getting that like one hit kill.
You've got a grappling hook, like
the
you're
grappling hook.
grappling up onto a roof and jumping around.
Ian, is there reason to fear Activision and their involvement?
I would say no. Miyazaki himself said like, "Hey, our tutorials have always been a little obscure. They're kind of just helping us with that sort of stuff, but we're maintaining, like, they're still at the helm of the ship, you know." And so like I choose to hope that that's true.
Yeah. I mean, the
Yeah.
Activision people that were at the demos I saw were surprisingly well versed. They
Yeah.
knew exactly what they were talking about.
The guys running the demo that Brad and I played were clearly like very knowledgeable and good at the game and enthusiastic and yeah.
I wonder if it's just like there's like a young late 20-year-old executive at the board. And they're like, you know who we should check out is From Software. I'm talking about Activision. You know what I mean? They're having their meeting. Sure. It's just like one of my favorite games. They're all coming from Software. We could probably get a game for pretty cheap, probably like 50 mil. And the guys are like, yeah, okay. You know, it's like,
Maybe.
listen to Bruckmeyer. He's great. It's like, okay. I wonder if it's that. I don't get it. It's Activision's involvement. It's weird to me. It feels weird. It feels like the oil baron doing something really nice, you know? I don't know what their game is here, and I wonder if it's really just we can make money publishing a good video game.
I think that's what it is, because like
Yeah.
From Software has the prestige, you know. They don't need them maybe, but yeah, I think Activision just backed a good horse. They're just like, yeah, we can make money, and
Sure.
we don't even need to meddle because we trust them enough to do it.
I hope that's the case. It's really exciting. It's really exciting for a new From Software game to be released this year.
That said, I am worried that the tutorial will be like too hands-on. You
Who
know?
cares? Who
It'll
cares?
be
Yeah.
20 minutes.
Because
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
the game's gonna get real hard after that.
Because like Dark Souls 3 like walked you through it a little more than the other ones did too. Now that I think about it. Yeah.
I died a lot in that opening section.
Yeah.
That boss. Our last game we're gonna talk about today comes on March 29th.
Just announced.
Just announced. New release date.
Today it was announced.
Dragon's Dog?
No.
Oh.
You know I don't like to do remasters or anything. Jones, you know what this is?
No, it doesn't.
It's a game you're particularly super excited about.
What?
Yeah. It just got
Tropico
a
6?
It just got a release date today.
Oh, damn it.
Yoshi's Crafted World got an announcement, a release date announcement
Okay.
today. It will come out on March 29th, 2019. I think it's gonna be cool, Jones.
It's gonna be this year's Kirby. It's the same thing. It's gonna,
It's gonna be better than this year's.
gonna make families happy.
Yeah, but I don't believe there's much to say about it. To be honest with you,
I mean, it's a
You know.
kid's game, right?
You can flip the.
kinda, yeah. I just feel like there's gonna be more adults playing Yoshi than there are kids. It's so weird to me.
Yeah, it's funny because I think there's even like some Nintendo Direct or Dev Diary or something at some point where they almost pretty much said that Yoshi's not about challenge, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember that.
And it's more about finding where they've hidden all the secrets.
which is something I love doing.
Yeah.
yeah. I'm in for that game for sure.
What was the best secret you found in 2018, Kyle?
Best secret I found in 2018. You put me on the spot.
I know, I'm sorry.
dude.
I know.
Any-
You
any
just said
secret.
it the other day.
What was it?
You were talking about A Way Out.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
In
yeah,
A
he
Way
went-
Out. There is a really cool Zelda reference. And A Way Out, you can only play with another player. So you're sitting on the couch or you're playing online with each other. One person has to. No, you both simultaneously, for no reason, no indication, no waypoint or anything, have to tug on the clock. of this living room, and there's like no even dot. There's no like prompt to say tug
Right.
on the clock. So both of you tug on the clock. A door opens upstairs, halfway up there, and you could kind of tell this wall was miscolored, but you just assume that's part of the game. But no, that's a secret door. And you go into this room, and it kind of just seems like somebody's like secret closet. You know what I mean? Not even a secret closet. Like there's buckets. You know what I mean? There's like buckets of paint, you know, and just like there's a ladder, there's like old clothes, but in a corner, there's a treasure chest. Like a legitimate, kind of like a treasure chest, you know, not like brown like a pirate's treasure chest, but it's a chest at least.
Yeah.
You go over, you crack that thing open, and then it plays the Zelda. And one of your way out characters holds up this wooden sword up to the camera. They do the same camera angle. And then he's just like, well, that was fun. That reminded me of being a kid or something like that. And that was in a way out, man.
Dude, I missed that one.
Absolute. Thank you, Blood.
Yeah,
that is
I
absolutely
totally
my favorite
missed
scene
it.
of 2018.
Oh,
Because
So
there
funny.
isn't like you get used to like the game giving you there's a dot here
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
You can interact with this.
And you found that with Damiani?
No,
we're
chat
on a
told us.
stream.
Chat
I know
told
if I had
us,
found
yeah.
that with Brad or you
What's-
found that with
what's
Damiani.
You did it with
was that?
Damiani.
I did that with Damiani, yeah.
Was
Wow,
hyped.
great.
We
Well,
were
I was
on a stream.
Yeah, we were on
That's
a
awesome.
Was
stream.
that Easy Living? What was that?
That was our
No,
12-hour
they-
marathon.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
because I was there.
Yeah, it was basically the end of our 12-hour marathon.
Yeah.
How stoked was Damiani?
He was pretty stoked, but you know, he keeps it cool.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
He does.
Normally, I actually, you sometimes you see Damiani go wild.
He probably smiled.
happens,
He probably
yeah.
had a big smile.
But that wasn't a go wild moment necessarily. It's now time for Love and Respect.
Love and respect.
This is a segment in which patrons of Easy Allies just send us questions. No gimmick. This is not a bit. These are actual questions that people send to us in case the opening of the show is extremely confusing. You know, I love updates. So this one comes to us from Mert. Hey, Easy Allies. Wanted to give you guys a quick update on my own. About a year ago, I wrote to you talking about how I listened to you in the car with my son and how at the time I wondered if it was similar to me listening to sports radio with my dad. Well, the situation has evolved, and my son, now almost 6, gets really into the games that are submitted weekly. He wants me to answer every question right, and if I don't, he chastises me. And says, I thought you liked video games, Dad.
Oh, yeah.
That's great.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, I appreciate all you do, and I hope someday that I will be less of an Easy A game scrub to my son. Much love and respect. Mert, thank you.
That's
Love and
beautiful.
respect.
Point out to
Love
your
it.
son that we get them wrong most of the time.
Oh,
Yeah.
We're all scrubs.
Yeah.
Let's do, this is kind of fun. This is another update. This comes to us from James Kennedy. So, another year has gone by.
Mr. Kennedy.
Yeah, I went there
I was
too.
like, no one's gonna do it.
Yeah.
I'm glad I don't have a friend with the last name Kennedy because I would say that every single time I saw
every
him.
time.
You call me on my phone.
Does he do it more than once?
Yes.
He
Once
must,
is
he must
enough,
have
but I
said it
think
more than
he
once
does.
for it to drill in.
No thanks, bro.
So, another year has gone by, and my mother, who just turned 71, congratulations, has had another stellar year of gaming. At this point, it has become her most prominent hobby.
Wow.
Since you guys seemed to get a kick out of her reviews last year, I asked her to give her reviews for this year. I made sure to edit them so they would work as a game. Cheers! Cool. So, we're going to have to guess which games this mother is reviewing. Let's do this 6. Let's do these. Okay. I enjoyed the fights without ever feeling overwhelmed. They were challenging, but doable. I enjoyed the suspenseful atmosphere, pure horror schlock with a pinch of psychological terror. I was genuinely engaged, like I was really there. I missed that dang shotgun early on, and it haunted me. 9.5 out of 10.
The Evil Within.
2.
2.
Yes.
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 She played through the Evil Within 2.
Yes.
Gave it a
So-
9.5.
So they're not all from 2018.
Right. These are not all from 2018.
Okay.
Wow.
I love you.
You get was it pure horror schlock with a pinch of psychological terror? Is that what got you in?
A little bit.
Yeah, that's funny.
My mind was
but
going there.
manageable is
Yep.
the Evil
Yeah.
Within 2.
Yep.
Yeah, love that.
I love this person.
Yeah,
Wow.
she's great. Okay, next one. Darkness and Despair. A game about futility. A bleak, side-scrolling horror. Months later, I still feel guilty for the things I did.
Inside?
8 out of 10.
What's the war? This War of Mine?
These are all
call,
great.
gents.
The actual title I've never heard of before, so I'm just going to
Oh.
put this out there. I just thought this review is really funny. Game's called Detention.
Oh.
Has anybody
Okay.
heard of that?
I
No.
think I've heard of it, but I never
Maybe
played
barely.
it. Yeah.
Darkness and despair, a game about futility,
Jeez.
a bleak side-scrolling horror. Months later, I still feel guilty for the things I did.
Gosh.
This War of Mine applies.
Yeah, exactly.
That's-
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was very haunting. It was really fascinating discovering how to move from one section to another. It had me stumped a few times. The atmosphere was haunting, but not in a supernatural sense. Every scenario was unique and made me feel like I was part of the story of this family.
Edith Finch.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah,
Jonesy.
Edith Finch.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, good
Okay.
call, Jones.
Despite
Good
having
call.
played it
She said
nearly a year
scenario.
later.
I was like, Edith Finch. Yeah.
Yeah, scenarios? What got you?
Because that means chapters.
I was
You're
thinking
going-
maybe
Nice.
Gorogoa.
Is it puzzles? And I'm like,
also.
I'm getting more witness vibe from
Yeah.
this. But
I
I
like.
everything she plays is spooky.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
loves
Oh
this.
yeah, there's a lot of
Spooky
spooky stuff on this. Despite having played it nearly a year ago, I still find myself thinking about it. 9.5 out of 10. Gotta agree.
Cool.
That's a good game.
Yeah, it's a good game.
Really love Edith Finch. Visually, I thought it was great. I really loved the deadpan humor. I really liked the protagonist's character arc too. Initially, I thought he was a jerk, but I feel like I was witnessing him grow throughout the game.
Red Dead?
Yeah, those puzzles.
Hitman 2.
I found them puzzling, yet very satisfying. I love chopping the enemies
God of
down.
War.
Yes.
Chopping.
I love chopping the enemies down. I thought it was an excellent reimagining of the mythology. 9.5 out of 10
Oh,
for God
man.
of War.
Wow.
Yes.
Cool.
Hold that R2 button.
This is so fun. I might have to give you,
know,
a hint on this
I
one.
love
Come on.
when the enemies are laying down and you hold the R2.
Yes,
And
dude.
he does, like,
multiple chops.
The head chop
Yes.
sometimes, and then kind of like a hockey stick. Like,
Yeah.
Clean it up.
Yeah.
Clean it up.
Love the chops. 71-year-old woman just
Yeah.
loving the chops.
Chopping them up.
All right, this one's gonna be hard. Frustration. Just total frustration. I like it, but I find it difficult how it forces me to move forward relentlessly. It's just brutal. I really like the eerie gothic setting. There's a nice variety of monsters, and I found beating them rewarding. It was very hard to get my mind around doves being an effective weapon, though. I'm getting better at it. I plan to go back for more. 8.5 out of 10. Do you know what it is?
Rondo of Blood.
Yes, Jones! Oh, yes!
Whoa, dude. Whoa,
What's
dude.
her- I don't even. I remember doves, but I don't remember the name. Lisa.
Not
the
sure.
little girl.
She uses doves as her weapon?
Yeah, she's just throwing stuff.
John's proud of you, dude.
Jones.
No hints necessary.
Damn.
I think the atmosphere is fantastic. It reminded me of all those gothic books I've read.
I gotta meet this. Like,
Yeah.
Bloodborne.
Please hang out with us.
Here we got it
Okay.
immediately. It is
Yeah,
a
it's like
dark,
Bloodborne.
mysterious,
I was gonna say everyone is like, no, not
Yeah,
Bloodborne.
yeah.
Bloodborne? No, not Bloodborne.
Lovecraftian humor. Enriching the atmosphere was the soundtrack that was overwhelming to the point of becoming
yeah.
almost paralyzing.
Yeah.
Also, good writing, by the way.
Yeah.
I had visceral reactions to much of it. I really liked the paths that would intersect and wind in on each other.
Wow.
Of all the games I have played, it is the one that has reeled me in the most. It genuinely wrenched my guts at time. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 for Bloodborne.
Dude, I will travel to meet this person.
Yeah.
I will travel.
Just to cut that short, the other games she played and reviewed: Prey, Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice, Ni no Kuni 2,
Okay.
An outlier.
and Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
Once
Oh,
another.
what
Yes.
did she say about Castlevania? Come on.
Yeah. Man, that was so
What did she
fun.
say about Castlevania? Symphony
She
of the Night?
was not finished with it yet, if I remember right, but she was like into
Oh, you don't
it.
have it there?
She'll return to that one.
Ah.
Yeah.
Man, those are some of my favorite games.
Cannot believe
Wonderful
she beat
list.
Rondo. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Oh, she didn't beat it. That was sorry.
okay.
I'm getting better at it. I plan to go back for more. But yeah. There was no question in her mind what her game of the year was. I had to talk her down from giving it a 10.5 out of 10. Despite loving Prey, Bloodborne is my mother's game of the year.
Yes.
Cheers, Alan.
Nice.
That's
She's
so
not
fun.
wrong.
Man, that's fun. Yeah, you know what? Those are two substantial entries. Thank you for sending those in to love and respect. You know I love updates, but man, that's a fun game.
Good list.
Fun game, good list.
Anyone who plays Evil Within 2 is family for life.
Also,
She
like,
loved it, dude.
She loved
Yeah.
9.5.
Missed the shotgun, was really mad about it.
She scored it higher than me. I only gave it a 9.
I love her tastes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
excellent taste. It's time for bets. Time for a new season. Reset the scoreboard. The Gorgeous Gorillas won last season. They defeated Jones and myself as we were separated. Now, Jones and I will recombine to become a team again. Ian will join the Gorgeous Gorillas as a member of their team.
Oh.
So,
Switcher Snake's gone.
yeah, Switcher Snakes are gone.
Maybe
Can the Switcher Snake be like on the
it's a
gorilla's
necklace.
shoulder?
Yeah, like
or something?
hanging out on the gorilla.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bunch of snakes.
But you're a part of the team. You're an ally of that team.
yeah.
Okay.
The snake is wearing a little Gorgeous Gorilla's like Letterman jacket.
Awesome.
Letterman tube, I guess.
Yeah, a little sleeveless jacket.
No, it's just the sleeve.
Okay.
Yeah.
The collar, yeah, it's like the.
So
Part
before we
three.
get into any of this, Jones and I need a team name. So we're going to have to roll. Jones and I each came up with one adjective and one animal, but to decide who gets to do what. Jones, we'll say if it's an odd number, you do the first name. If it's an even number, I do the adjective. And then, actually, it's better to be the animal, isn't it? It's more of a reward
I'm
for
happy
that.
with both of these.
Okay.
I could go either way.
So odd, I'll do the animal's name. Even, Jones does the animal's name. Okay, here we go. Odd. I will do the animal's name. Jones, what is our adjective?
Scrappy.
Oh my goodness. Jones,
Scrappy.
you and I are the scrappy little pigs.
Oh no.
I love it and hate
Well,
it.
wait a minute.
No.
Little's an adjective.
I
Come
know.
on, man.
What is
Come on, man.
The type of animal is a little pig.
Come on, man.
We're the scrappy little pigs.
All right.
It's perfect.
All right.
What was your
Squirrels.
squirrels? We were
Scrappy squirrels.
It would have been awful,
the awful
squirrels.
squirrels.
It was also really good. Awful
good.
squirrels. So we're the scrappy little pigs.
Oh boy.
The bet for this week's about new Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, which will be released Friday, January 11th. At this point next week, how many people will be watching that game on Twitch? Jones.
230.
Oh wow.
Blood?
Okay. I thought I was low, but we'll okay. 7,024.
Okay. Huber?
Whoa. Yeah, I was looking at Naruto lore when I wrote this bet. I'm way too high. I was distracted.
What were you-
2,000.
What Naruto lore were you looking up?
I was looking at the filler list and some Kakuzu because we got some awesome Kakuzu fan art tonight.
Yeah, but what were you looking at?
Just Kakuzu stuff.
Just what? What do you mean just Kakuzu stuff?
just about like the origins.
2012, by the way, is this bet.
Too many people.
521 is what I'm going with. Similar minded Jones.
you
Ian,
guys got
Please be
this.
0.
what is your bet?
Dude, I thought I was low and I'm so high. It's not even funny. I did 22,000. Yeah,
Sure.
like what am I thinking? I
We got the high end pretty.
Yeah, we
nailed
got the
down.
high end.
Ninja might be playing. Who knows?
Yeah, it just takes one. It just takes one.
Well, let me lock that in.
I'm streaming it that night. Sabotage. I'm
It
going
would,
home.
you'd have to like stream it like
Yeah,
immediately.
drive
Just-
home.
Yes.
Boot it up.
I mean, somebody could. Like, what if like a big streamer does follow this podcast? Is just like, I gotta give Huber the win. Let me talk about patreon.com/Easy Allies real quickly. If you heard me a couple of times talk about how patrons of Easy Allies submit to those things, those are patrons who submit $5 or more to the Easy Allies a month. But the real benefit of that is they receive this very podcast 2 days early. They get it on Wednesdays as opposed to Fridays, the video and the audio podcast. But many other Easy Allies shows early as well. $5 is our early show tier. But yeah, there's many other tiers. $1, you get to see Jones's exclusive show, Cup of Jones, as well as our other exclusive shows. We have 2 other exclusive series. No, 3!
Yep.
Because of spoiler mode is an exclusive series as
Yeah.
well.
Spoiler mode is at least once a month,
Yeah.
and then we have 2 others that they're mini series basically.
Minis. Yeah, that's a good way to describe them.
Yeah.
We try to do what is it? Quarterly limited series.
Yes.
Fancy title.
What?
Quarterly
Quarterly
limited series.
series.
I like that.
We got to get on our next one. Like it's time
They're
to go. on
pretty
our next
good.
one.
I'm
Yeah.
proud of those.
Also, I didn't mention this at podcast halftime, but we are currently stacked on sponsors. We have 8 slots for podcast sponsors and then 1 extra spot for Mega, meaning that Mega sponsor is sponsoring both Frame Trap and the Easy Allies podcast.
We're full up?
For a discounted rate.
Yeah.
We are full.
Nice.
So just thanks to all of our
Hey,
sponsors,
thank
for,
you,
for
sponsors.
sticking around.
Then why am I even talking about patreon.com/easyallies? Well, it's for normal people.
Because we got to make that game
Yeah,
show,
that's-
baby.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, again, like a dollar a month from everybody is huge. Like, just the more people that jump in, and if it doesn't, if it seems worth it to you, if this hour and a half to 2 hours of entertainment,
2 hours.
yeah, today to 2 hours,
Yep, we made it to 2. But
every week seems like worth a quarter to you every week, then
20 cents. is
consider dropping that in.
20 cents
For
each.
less than the cost of a cup of coffee.
cool. We don't have a winner for this week's podcast, so I think like we should just split it up. Ian, I'll give you first pick. You get the options of your Twitter handle, final word, trademark sign off, or a video you would like to promote.
I'll promote a video.
Okay, Jones, what would you like?
Twitter handle, always.
All right, Daniel Bloodworth.
I'll do sign off.
And Michael Huber, you will have the final word. Jones, go ahead with your Twitter handle.
You can follow me at Trailer Jones.
Ian, what? Isn't that the name of that show that you were trying to promote? Mm-hmm. Oh, well, that's pretty clever.
My brand is firing on all cylinders.
Ian, what show would you like to promote? What video would you like to promote?
Don Casanova has come back with his
Yep.
brilliant, insane, just incredible work of mad genius, The Busted Trifecta. We streamed it tonight, and I believe that episode is now live on YouTube, correct?
By the time they see this, yeah.
Will be tonight, yeah. And it'll come out, the rest of season 2 is every Monday the rest of this month, I believe. And
Yeah.
it is bonkers. That show is so awesome and weird.
I feel like it's
Check
worth
it out.
explaining like a little more. Basically,
It's a horse racing miniseries.
yes.
Kinda. But
Don-
it gets weird.
Don found a PS1 horse racing game and uses footage of that to spin this weird green screen narrative, and it's just so good.
And he's just a genius.
Yeah, adding stakes to this dreadful looking PS1 game. It's so fun.
It's like actually really tense. I was
Right.
like, is he gonna
Oh,
win?
man.
Is he gonna
Yeah.
win?
Well, that's what I like about it.
The
It's
drama.
got that good detective drawl. Like when the build up is happening, I'm just
Yeah.
kind of like lulled into just this comfort,
Yeah.
like watching him. But then it gets time for the main event every episode, and like I'm sweating.
yeah.
It's
Don
tense.
Don just is noir Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Just in life.
Yeah.
Huber, final word.
Final word. Monster Hunter had a really good grind at the end. There's no PvP in Monster Hunter. So maybe if Anthem just, again, I'm worried about EA, but if Anthem just drops new things to hunt at a steady clip, I think it'll be okay. I'm coming around to it. I was thinking about Monster Hunter for the last hour, I'm just so that's all.
Daniel Bloodworth, your trademark sign off.
Yeah, we'll see you before the next blood moon rises, which is also a wolf moon. I've never heard of this until this year, but I guess it's like the first full moon of the year. So there you go. They have like this set number of times that they have to keep sneezing.